Hi, hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the channel for the continuation of our unique little dual-headed series of Rez and Balan Wonderworld. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to complete all of the main content in the former title today. Balan's got a lot of ground left to cover, like, a lot. Oh, excuse me. I want to say we're 3 streams in. Hey, MC. And we've, not quite made it a third of the way in? We've cleared a third of Balan's stages, but there's still going to be some backtracking in those earlier worlds to collect all of the little trophies. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get something for collecting all of them, so that game's going to be with us for a while. But don't you worry. I have a couple ideas up my sleeve as to what we could play to kind of dilute Balan if it ends up being, you know, a playthrough of an unreasonable size. Like, if it ends up needing 10 more streams instead of 5, like I suspect. With Rez, we're going to do, hold on. We've almost unlocked some of these, but we're going to attempt stage 4 one more time to see if we can attempt the Terra version of the stage boss, which, I mean, I don't know, I don't think will be that bad, seeing as the Giga version wasn't terribly difficult compared to a couple of the earlier ones. A lot of fun, just not very hard. And then we're going to tackle the 5th and final stage. MCS want me to jump in on commentary? Sure, if you want to for this one. Hold on, let me give you the proper permission in Discord if I can. Oh no, you've already got it. You're good then. Hey, MC, welcome to the stream, man.
Glad to be here. I wanted to do that for the last 2 stages.
Yeah, you're really fond of these stages' design, right?
I love the game overall, but the last final 2 are really sold me on everything in the game. Because you can see you can basically see what you can do as an art style for a game, instead of just doing a raid shooter as with the other levels.
Right, yeah, each stage does have a very distinct visual aesthetic, even though the visuals are very simple. They actually remind me a lot of old Atari games, you know, that made really creative use of wireframe visuals.
Yeah, but it's still simple in the essence, because it's inspired from a raid shooter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't get very far with that, except really in the end. And Area 8 is modern take on that style of gameplay.
Yeah, and I noticed
Quite so interesting.
on the stage select, the 5th stage has a completely divergent aesthetic. It looks a little bit more fleshed out, I want to say. Like, less abstract. Oh god, these things again.
It's both abstract and less abstract. Let's just say that. It tried to generate a full scene instead of the game, but it's still on the abstract level. For these monsters, you want to shoot the center part.
Yeah. I assume the little spawns don't count towards accuracy.
No, they don't.
Okay, well, that's good news for me. Oh, durable little suckers, though, ain't they? The game's got really good enemy variety, too, I have to say. For something so short, they really got creative.
I think it was a passion project. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why so back to things. Can you imagine that on the PS2 you had a special device that you could plug in with the game? What was it? Some form of vibrating stone.
Really?
You could just connect to a USB and vibe with it. people got creative with it, you know.
And that was like a little peripheral release just for Res?
I think it was just for Res, but
Oh, wow.
check that out.
I mean, it sounds familiar. I want to say I remember seeing it either advertised or seeing it in a store somewhere. And knowing nothing about the game, being terribly confused. Ah, the PS2 was a promised land for, like, one-off peripherals, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, the Res transcribe rate on the PS2.
Oh, that's brilliant. I do like that so much of the game's marketing is based around, and its design is based around, a very unique form of immersion, where it's not about, like, emulating real life or the sensations of real life, but just really losing yourself in this really aggressive sensory experience.
Yeah, and even then, it tries to build up our own hacking, in essence, but even then, it's just, I don't know, somewhat relaxing.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's...
Well, by the standards of
Can we-
shooters, it's very,
Yeah.
very kind of, oddly enough, slow-paced, and I think that works in its favor.
Yeah, it feels fast-paced when you play it, but it's not.
Right. No, the visuals and the soundtrack do so much to give it a sense of kind of fluidity and movement that isn't actually there. It's a wonderful, illusory design.
It's what games are really about, trying to create an illusion
Mm-hmm.
to get the player invested in it. That's probably why modern design fails so much, because they want to pull you into sort of a central theme and not get outside of the boundaries of the game. And so if you try to get out, or you try to test something that wasn't planned, it just breaks the immersion.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because I think a lot of Western AAA studios have started taking too many stylistic cues from the types of immersion or experience presented in films, right? Giga again? Huh. Did I potentially have to wait before shooting one of the firewall boxes earlier in the stage to spawn like a ton of ads, or what?
Generally the monster appears right as you shoot the last thing, if there are any, so you didn't miss that. I think you missed on the third layer some enemies.
Okay,
They're
that
quite...
must have been it.
This stage is easy to play but hard to master.
Oh, yeah. As I said, I think this might be the easiest overall stage, and one of the easiest bosses, since stage 1, probably. Good stuff, though. Really good stuff.
One thing you should notice is that sometimes on the walls you can have some spots that you can shoot at, and that will give you extra bonuses for the boss.
Oh, nice.
Like side rooms.
So there's a lot of depth and complexity here, that's for sure.
Yeah, and in essence, even that boss is see the core all the time, but the core is not actually the key to defeat the boss. It's all the cues it uses.
Yeah, no, it's about whittling its armor down, which is one of my favorite, I guess, general tropes for boss battles in games, like having to expose a core, hack away at something, and really feel like you're making headway, like chipping into a mountain or something. It's a great feeling.
And in the meantime, the boss is just firing a laser, and you have to shoot at the boss to distract it when doing so.
Yeah, it feels like this one is trying to escape from us instead of the other way around.
Well, it's trying it's trying different strategy to throw you away.
Right, like this one's
Uh,
more or less trying to distract us, right?
Yeah, but everybody's sort of not everything. You missed the bonus. But that's
Oh no, I've seen them. It's the little purple switches on the wall, right?
yeah, you get the switch, but there was a red node to collect.
Ah, damn it. That's all right. We'll get it eventually. Oh,
You can only get access to this side room when you are shooting ahead of yourself, so that you will move this zone. Otherwise, you lock it. Don't do anything.
I see, and I assume that's also probably the best way to dodge the attacks it performs in this this particular form.
It's one way to do it if you cannot do it any other way.
You know, I have played, and it was ages ago, but a launch title for PS4 that I could tell took a great deal of inspiration from this game. Its visuals, its style. A little voxel-based shooter called Resogun. Are you familiar?
No, I don't know that one.
I can tell a distinct similarity in, like, the visuals and the overall feel of the world. It's quite different in that you're controlling a more conventional vehicle, and... Oh! I missed one of the cubes, that was it. Huh. Never had that happen before, but... Oh, and the support items. Okay, okay. We'll get it. And I assume we have to defeat the Terra versions of the first 4 bosses to actually access the ending of the 5th stage, or the proper ending.
Let me look that up because, I mean, res.
Okay, let's give it one more try, and if we don't get it, we can just go on to stage 5, because we've got a much stranger game somehow to get around to.
How was your day, by the way?
Oh, doing well, man. Thank you so much for asking. And yourself?
It was a nice day, full of satisfactory.
Oh, nice. That game receives updates all the time, even now, doesn't it?
Yeah, update 4 was released a month ago, probably. Something like that. So they are releasing new Gears Age update, and now I'm trying to reach Gear 7, but I'm also doing all the optimization I can find, which is the point of the game.
Yeah, which, it's interesting, at least considering the world we live and work in, where so many people, myself included, especially right now, feel kind of oppressed by, like, the efficiency culture, to have a game where the ethos is to take, like, the maximization of efficiency and make it fun. That's really interesting to me.
Yeah. If you want to explore more on that subject, Introversion Software released their latest build project. So it's called Masterclass. They released. Basically, the main developer wanted to make a Factorio clone to make one. That's
Right.
because he loves the game so much. And kind of went on the similar path of it's weird. It's weird to enjoy it, but it just works. The game loop allows it to work, and it doesn't work for everyone.
Right.
Some people just hate the concept and won't be able to play it because they want everything perfect from the start.
Yeah, it's like, Total War or other grand strategy games, and how they can frustrate people who hate the idea of ever losing, like, a single battle, when, if you're playing a grand campaign in games like that, for instance, losses aren't just, even for, like, the best players, they're kind of expected because, well, sacrifice armies, sacrifice towns to advance your campaign. That's a very common strategy. Messes with a lot of people, as does Well, any kind of game where I suppose a loss is not immediately concomitant with a failure state.
Right. It's well, it's always hard for it's hard for someone to get around the idea that failure can be a step of progress.
Right, and that it's...
Kind of why. That's
Sorry.
kind of why many rages in video games. Like they cannot finish the game, so they rages. You're missing.
Yeah, we missed the firewall, which is all right. That one actually slipped off to the side really quickly, but we're good. We'll get it. No worries. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, one trick for that analyzer is that you can just shoot it every once in a while to push it forward, and that will work. You don't need to destroy it.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. I did not realize you also have to... You learn things about games even when you've played them for several hours. If you're, like me, indefinitely very good at video games and certainly not a blithering idiot, we also have to tag the item boxes once in order to start absorbing them.
Yeah, only once. You just need to aim it once and it will work. It kind of shows the light going towards the player.
Yeah, no, you see a light. I just didn't realize that we fire a projectile at it. Well, I don't think we do, but we do tag it.
Right. Kind of interesting because, well, it reminds me a lot of how Darwinia did the item management because it just shined the light on everything that you on every research item that you would collect on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I have some form of enjoyment for abstract games or something.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, for me anyway, anytime I see a game, like, with a big, explorable world, that without, like, just coloring something differently, a la Uncharted, tries to, like, denote everything you can interact with through, like, a HUD overlay, or, like you said, a glowing effect, or something like that. Or like Baldur's Gate, if you play through the entire game with the little magnifying glass icon toggled, or with tab held down like I did, because I am terrible at CRPGs.
That kind of make me think, so that versions of Reddit is very game because, well, their design style is really unique in that it's generally abstract, but you know exactly what you're looking at. Like, if there is an enemy, you will recognize it because it will move in a certain pattern that will make you understand that they are against you, or they will have a specific form or and color associated with them. So it's not necessarily better to have something that is obvious or real, like having an enemy character with a red overlay around them, which breaks the reality that the game is trying to make.
Yep.
Or if you remove the overlay, then you don't know if it's an enemy or not. You have to find other ways to explore that.
Right, and it sounds like the game then, with its internal lexicon of symbols, right, the kind of imagery it presents to the player, is consistent, even though it might not use the conventional tropes for indicating, hey, these are friendly characters, these are hostiles, or what have you. You can interact with this, you can't interact with that. The internal language it uses to communicate these concepts, what it wants the player to understand or see, is consistent, right?
Yeah, and Res does that too, in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, everything that you can tag is kind of highlighted against the background.
Yep. I don't think we've ever had to face enemies or interact with items that blended into the backgrounds, not once.
It never does, no. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to figure out the tagging mechanism. That's kind of the weak point. Because, well, basically understanding that you have a limit of 8 and then you will go up to the maximum of the enemy else if it's less than 8 is kind of difficult.
Right. Like, for my first couple of hours with the game, I thought that when I receive a prompt that says lock, it just meant, oh, I can only tag certain enemies or targets with 1 round at a time, instead of, it'll only take 1 round to destroy that component of the enemy.
Hmm.
But, I mean, it's an arcade shooter. They generally don't explain everything. They rely on intuition, which I think just kind of draws on the genre's origins in I guess a simpler era of overall design.
Hmm. But even then here you can figure it out with the analyzing system.
Yes.
You kind of used it without realizing it, but you don't use it on the enemy. It's kind of... Well, there's always a part on the player that they actually do things for some effects, but not others, and they cannot figure out what they are doing and get frustrated with it. Even when it's obvious for everyone else watching.
Right.
See what I mean?
Okay, now we've transformed... There we go, Terra! And a new form for ourselves, which is not the final form, I assume, since this little meter is still filling.
It's not the final form. You will love the final form.
I mean, Pepsi Man's gonna be a hard act to follow, but I quite like this one.
This one is quite nice, yeah.
Okay, so the first major difference I'm noting is it just seems like the boss is going to attack more frequently. It doesn't seem to have much more health, which is kinda nice. Maybe a little more.
It does have a little more, yeah. It's just more aggressive, with more missiles.
Yeah. So, I'm terrified to see what it's going to do when it starts, using those kind of, dark purple / I guess kind of off-red, I want to say octagonal little, options, but right now we've got this.
Oh, by the way, something that is nice to know about progressing in this game is that if you ever get stuck because you don't have enough health to do a level or stuff like that, you can always go to earlier stages and redo them and gain some health.
Really? It
And
carries over?
It stays between levels. Yeah.
I did not
It resets
notice.
when you. It resets when you restart the game. But otherwise, you can keep the stuff.
Well, that's lovely. I mean, I doubt we're going to be able to make it through the final stage without taking a hit, but hopefully we can go into, stage 5 as Pepsi Man. I'm looking forward to that. I do like as well how the visuals and sounds, associated with our basic attack change with every form.
And they also match the rhythm of the game. So sometimes you have a difference between... Hello, Eclipse. Sometimes you have...
Hey, Eclipse, welcome to the stream.
Sometimes you have a delay between the conclusion of the attack and the attack itself.
Yes.
And that is because it follows the rhythm.
My god, I actually managed to prevent that attack for once.
No, once it's good, it's not that difficult.
I think once it starts charging, if you damage enough of the glowing tiles, it aborts the attack.
Something like that. I never quite figure it out. I just shoot the thing until it dies.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that time we phased right through it. Perfect. And I think that's it. I think we've got this. Yep. Ha! There we go. Oh, and now we open one of the passages.
Alright.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Clip says, how is everyone today? I'm doing well. Thanks. Just enjoying the closest thing to a day off I've gotten in ages. Waiting on some, cookware I've ordered to arrive. Getting some new baking dishes. How are you, MC?
I'm doing alright. been the past 2 days have been quite sleep-lacking, but otherwise it's fine.
Nice, right on. Doing a lot of programming, I assume.
That staying up late to watch you play Res and that other game, you know.
I mean, I think, oddly enough, we couldn't have picked two games that, insofar as displaying real creativity in very different ways, kind of complement each other, and two games that could cooperate so well to wash the taste of Immortal Unchained out of our mouths. Like, this is really well made, kind of a minimalist, psychedelic sci-fi shooter, and Balan maybe isn't a perfect platformer, but it is a really creatively made world.
It's an interesting concept. I don't really feel like anymore. I'm not sure I like it, but it's definitely something I respect.
Yeah, no, it's something, I think we talked about this before, something I would take personally over an annualized COD or Assassin's Creed or anything like that. Like, if
Well,
we're going to have...
That's like the
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
continue. I was saying, yeah, but that's a given.
Well, right. I guess what I'm saying is, I remember a time, I think we all do, back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, when a lot of even mediocre games, and I don't mean games that were bad, games that maybe just had little issues with their execution, but really cool concepts, were creative and kind of, like you said, appreciable at the very least. Like, oh, I can see how a team with a bigger budget or more time could really do that concept well. Like, one of the seminal examples to me is the awkward but somewhat beloved niche platformer Glover from the N64 days. Like, when even the mediocre games were interesting and kind of
Right.
creative. Eclipse says you really needed something to wash that out of your mouth. Oh god, yeah. Immortal Unchained is, it's far from the worst designed game I've ever played, or even played on the channel, but it is one of my least favorites. I think Marvel's Avengers is the only thing off the top of my head that stands out as being worse by my subjective opinion. For much of the same reason, just kind of very boilerplate. Okay, let me take a drink, and then on to Stage 5, which looks gorgeous.
You're in for a treat.
I would imagine so. I would also imagine this is where the game just, like, rips the brakes out and becomes very, very difficult.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got slightly more durable little fighters here. Okay. Ages ago, life was born in the primitive sea. Yeah, sure. Fine. This is where we start heading into some Dark Side of the Moon territory, I wager.
I'm just going to let you enjoy that.
Thank you. So, I'm noticing...
You don't have to shoot the analyzing thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Just move through it.
Young life forms constantly evolved in order to survive. I'm noticing as well that it sounds like these fighters, which look way less abstract than most of the enemies we fought, are saying something as we strike them and shoot them down.
Yeah, you are getting closer to
The truth
AI
here.
of the game.
Yeah. So, I have a feeling in this stage, the shoot-down rate is going to be the real pain to achieve. Some prospered, others did not. All sorts of life ebbed and flowed like the tides. Fair enough.
I mean, it's a simple concept for the story, but it doesn't want to try hard to make a story unlike some games.
Yeah, no, like this is an arcade shooter, it knows what we're here for. Oh god, we're going to have to shoot all of these things down. They're so durable, though. Or many of them are, anyway.
But you can shoot them.
Okay, we have become Disco God.
Yep. Not yet the final form.
I assume if we make it to the end, like this, we get our final form.
You get the final form regardless.
Okay, that's interesting then. So the AI is sort of relating the origins of life on the planet to us, and the world becomes increasingly complex as its story progresses. There is no way in hell I'm getting the Terra version of whatever this is. It's a beautiful stage, though.
The thing about these moving enemies, well, the long ones, is that you just have to spam attacks until they die.
Yeah, just like the centipedes in stage 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are. Some of the enemies are just shoot them down by blocking on them, and others are like spam attack until they die.
So that's one area where my X button hammering actually would come in handy.
No, but it's mashing a turret. It's not pure mashing either.
Right. Okay, so we, I think for the first time in the game, got something of a mini-boss here. Let's go ahead and use Overdrive, because I am not about to lose our Disco God form now. If it's even really attacking us.
It is.
Just got Stormtrooper aim. Okay. I would assume we only need to destroy the central core for this.
That's correct. You can actually have it destroyed by now with the right machine method.
Okay, so like if we just hammer the fire button, we could be good. Oh, please don't tell me I missed it. Oh, damn it. Reminds me of the Dreadnought from the final on-rail shooter section of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's an obscure reference, but it's basically a giant sentient take on an Imperial Star Destroyer from Star Wars. Oh well, I'm just flying along and enjoying the stage first time through.
It's okay. The one thing I noticed in your style is that you lock on the max level.
Mm-hmm.
You are losing time by just locking on the max.
Okay, so just like sweep the cursor release, sweep the cursor release.
Yeah, it's basically holding for a very short amount of time and then release.
Okay, let's see. The soundtrack here is probably the best out of the entire game. Well, the base game anyway. How on earth? And I'm sure people have 100% at this stage, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even want to imagine.
What is made for on this?
I don't even want to imagine how much practice that requires. Okay, so we've got... I do like these enemies quite a lot. We've got to blow these scales off of the fish and then, like, shoot them in their exposed brains.
I think you have to shoot everything out of these monsters.
Okay. Well, we were able to manage that, at least. Clip says this game style is really cool. It is, it is. I love the visuals. And the soundtrack's really good for, especially for like early 2000s techno as well. It's very kind of relaxed and elegant by the standards of the genre at the time, and I really dig that. Oh no, we got to shoot the Little purple nodules. Just like the towers.
But yes, this need require a lot of practice to get down. But it doesn't feel like a chore.
No.
Killer. The mind.
Alright, and things are becoming increasingly realistic as we delve deeper and deeper into the core. I do love that. So this is our final mission. Kill basically everything that's ever lived on the planet again.
I think these are assumed to be viruses.
Right.
System.
I know, it's just humorous that they're representing the enemies to us as like the evolution of life.
Well, that's why it needs to die.
Of
I don't
course.
like that for life form.
Something else kind of obscure this reminds me of is the non-canon, except in the near continuity, ending of Drakengard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, we took a hit there, no worries. We're good, though. Which featured what many people consider to be one of the worst rhythm minigames of all time. I don't think it was that bad, but...
Yeah, probably strong opinions about things.
Oh, Drakengard was in many ways not a good game, but it was oddly addictive. Now, Nier and Nier Automata are both great.
I do believe that a lot of games were inspired by Res in a way or another.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, well.
Welcome to second mini house.
I do love that they're giving us mini-bosses. I love a good mini-boss. Oh, there we go. I take it that's the way I'm supposed to use the lock-on, what we were doing there?
Yep.
Okay, we don't even have to shoot locks there. Okay, is it... It's boss time. Clip says Drakengard was weird. I wouldn't call it good either, but it was interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Here it comes again. Just the same mini-boss, effectively, right?
Yep. But this time with stronger monsters.
Just have to keep painting it like that.
It's kind of interesting because they kind of look like angels.
Mm-hmm. Or, certain creatures as depicted, like in Nazca-line formations.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've made it to the core. Lovely. Oh, this is our final form. Pepsi Baby. Pepsi Infant.
That's a good name for it.
Who are you? I have no idea. Granted, I don't entirely know who I am in the other game either, so that's not your fault, Rez. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Yep.
Let's see what Baby Overdrive is.
In this area, you are basically refighting every boss of the previous stages. Good luck.
Oh, damn it all. That's alright. We're learning.
Don't forget you have overdrive to protect yourself from that.
Can these things drop power-ups for us, though, so we can attain baby form once again?
Yep, they will.
Excellent, excellent. And to get the true ending, all we have to do is defeat the final boss in baby form?
I believe so.
Okay, well, fingers
That's
crossed.
That's an enough on the scoreboard.
Okay, well, we probably won't get that, but we can go for pride at the very least.
Yeah, and I mean, you already are getting there, Arctic, so
Thank you.
you can do it quite easily at this stage.
Okay, up next should be Mars. Don't come any closer. Trust me, I don't want to. Is it going to be the walls again? Oh, yes, of course it is. Oh my god.
Overdrive time.
Yep. Yep, this is the boss designed, I suppose, to just, like, milk out all your overdrives for the final form, right?
Yep.
Oh, damn it all, really? That's an absurd amount of projectiles, but I noticed something here. Unlike the original variant, every time we destroy a wall, the boss takes a great deal of damage.
Yeah, it's a boss rush, but it's not meant to be too difficult
No.
either.
Hey, Spanners, hope you're doing
Drag
well.
you in. Hey, Spanners.
It's closer to a victory lap than anything else. Or, I suppose, also just kind of an attempt to exhaust any... If, like me, you were greedy and built up like 4 overdrives, it's an attempt to clear those out.
No, even then, I mean, the game gives you overdrives on these levels, so...
Oh.
It's really about overcoming everything that you've done so far.
I'm really looking forward to the next one, and this is probably the weakest form of the 4. I kind of agree with you, MC. This is the weakest boss in the game. In terms of design.
And yeah, and it's not even bad. I mean, it's interesting, it's great, it functions, but it's also not that interesting.
We just have to burn it down before it fires any of these clocks off, or fills them, I suppose, these radials.
You can unfill the clock by shooting
Yep.
at them. And you can destroy these clocks if you shoot them enough.
Was this an attack that the original boss even had, or...?
It's supposed to be imitating the lasers of the beginning, but in a slightly different manner to confuse you.
Oh, I see. That's cool. Right on. Okay, I think we've got it. Just in time, too.
Yep.
Clips also says, Immortal Unchained didn't have any machines taking their last breath, unlike Marvel's Avengers. Fair dues! Fair dues. I guess Marvel's Avengers is a little bit better then. It gave us Warship. You're right. Here we go. Gee, I wonder where we're supposed to aim at this one. So here the difficulty is just going to be keeping the thing in view.
Yeah, unlike in the actual last stage,
Oh, damn it.
don't actually
Well, we got screwed. I didn't even see that coming, but oh, this is cool! It's running along the walls of the arena.
yeah, it's the problem of perspective because you don't actually move with the material, so you have to adjust for that.
Right. I imagine this is amazing in VR, though.
I don't know. I don't know because I never tried with VR, but area X on VR would be. It's pretty fun.
I can imagine. with a really high quality headset too, like not just the pretty standard headphones I use. Oh man.
Imagine the idea of this game that everything is art source
Ooh,
instead of blocks.
that would be amazing. I quite like fractal visuals myself, and I'm glad they're becoming more popular. We all right there? Okay, let's just wait for him to tire himself out.
Be careful, it's going to jump at you.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Well, we're not going to get the true ending yet, but we are going to get, we're gonna get to the end. Clip says, to be fair, it also gave us oh my god high, so does that dock like 10 points? No, that's also like a meme that we can carry with us. You're right, I don't think Immortal gave us anything other than a deeper appreciation for all the other Souls-likes we've played. Like, MC, I don't know about you, but after our playthrough of Immortal Unchained, I actually have even more respect for the Hellpoint devs than I already did.
I already like Hellpoint a lot.
So do I.
That's on a conceptual level, but I'm not fond of Soul-like. I mean, I like them on the design principle that they are trying to carry, even though they often fail at it. But playing them is not really my cup of tea.
Oh no, I gotcha. But you're right. One thing about the design I do appreciate is that it's almost always demonstrative of what I would call a good faith effort. Like, people who are really passionate trying their absolute best to make something that they would enjoy and that others hopefully would as well.
Yeah, and Hellpoint that from succeed at giving the idea of a soul-like,
Absolutely.
even if it's a bit unbalanced in some places.
Yeah, and you can tell that team just adored what they did. Like the whole process. They even, we didn't get to see it, I think for Halloween, they had a special little DLC update that allowed you to farm these special currency items like little bonbons from bosses and trade them in at this really cheesy-looking 50s retro sci-fi style UFO in exchange for Halloween-themed weapon and armor skins. Very cute. Oh god, I missed that entirely. Okay, let's just concentrate fire on the core then.
Yep. Always focus on the core. If you go quickly enough, you can destroy the core before any projectile hits you.
Well, there we go. She should be alone now. This will be our sole target, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Wait, no, not yet. She's not attained her final form either.
Why do you want to kill the AI?
I have no idea. I've never... Well, I understand its popularity from a conceptual standpoint. I have no idea why people seem so convinced that actual AI would be amoral or evil, but hey.
Am I too quiet? Already.
Oh no, hold on.
I am the audio.
This might be an issue, as often happens with my Discord. Yeah, let me just turn you up a little bit. They should be able to hear you perfectly well now. Let us know,
fair?
guys.
Somehow I always end up being really quiet on audio, even though I have everything cranked up to the max.
Same here, oddly enough. I really have to get creative with my audio mixes to allow people to hear me over games. And, trust me, at least in real life, I am a very, very, very loud speaker.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I share it as well. I actually learned to speak quieter. You don't need to shoot the enemies around. They are generally so completely useless. They can hit you once in a while.
I think these larger flying drones might be kind of dangerous, but the small ones aren't whatsoever.
Yeah.
Clip says audio balancing is so whack, I hate it. How does it sound now?
I remember one time about when I was in university. Basically, we were in a big room, and I'm still at
Okay.
But yeah, we were in a big room, and the teacher was kind of annoyed because we didn't speak loud enough for her to hear if we were present or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was my turn. I was third. She asked me to speak. She asked us to speak louder, so I considered speaking louder, and I was too tired to actually reduce the volume of my voice to something that's not too loud. So
Right.
I doubled the volume, and I was basically shouting. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, I have a feeling she didn't complain about, like, everybody being too quiet after that, eh?
No, everyone was looking at me. It was kind of, whoops.
That's why, well, honestly, I can't say I've had any experiences like that, because at least at my university, instructors either know you by name and will, like, know that you're present, or they never take attendance at all. I've seen several professors tell their classes, like, look, we technically have to report attendance, so I'm gonna take it one time, very first day of the semester, then I don't care if you're here or not, if you aren't here, it's gonna reflect in the quality of your work, whatever. I can't be bothered with that. And I never understood that until I started teaching myself. And it's like, oh god, we're taking hits. But it's okay, she's almost down. Oh, maybe not. Oh god. Oh, I'm screwed. Yep. Damn it. So should have saved those overdrives, I imagine.
Yeah, it's happened. I mean, it's your first time on that final boss. That's okay.
Yeah, got it down to what, like maybe the last 20%?
Yeah, it was the end. It was the end actually.
Alright. Well, let's give it one more run, and then just due to the time, we'll switch over to Balan. Honestly, looking at that though, our end percentages for accuracy and item gathering are a little bit better than I was expecting. That's not bad. Okay.
I mean, this game is never. It's hard to get under 50%.
I would imagine, yeah. Eclipse says, I need to make more emotes. I need to make a hug, a burn, and yay, or something similar. Yeah, you've got, what? I see you use 2 or 3 of them pretty frequently. They're saying my killer. Or, no, rather, they've got several different voice clips that are overlapping. They're calling us a killer or a murderer, which...
No, actually, they are going with the song, which is Fear is the Main Killer.
Okay. Okay, I didn't... Now I hear it.
Yeah, that's the whole track. Fear is the Main Killer.
Fair enough, I can sympathize.
It's a pretty nice theme, even especially for a teacher.
Absolutely.
If you see a student getting quite shy or nervous around you, you just play that track and you say it's alright.
Trust me, I'm about the least intimidating presence in a classroom you could possibly imagine. I design my, well, when I actually get face-to-face time with students, damn Zoom, just damn Zoom in general, like, not right now, like, the entire platform, I try to rely on authority or, like, office as little as is humanly possible. The way I like to see it, just another student who's a couple years ahead of them, and have a responsibility of care to help them be the best they can be. So, like, yeah, I tell them, and I think it's helpful when it comes to my students' perception of me, like, you're paying tuition, I work for you, not the other way around.
Yeah, it definitely helps, but if it's someone like me, I always get nervous
Sure.
on any test just because I tend to just be nervous.
No, that's fine. Lots of people find sometimes just formal social settings, but specifically like academic settings, anxiety-inducing. I totally get that.
And the best part is that I can do a full presentation without any fear and then get scared the hell out of my mind.
Well, it's about kind of the improvisational elements of engaging in that kind of setting, right? If you've got time to prepare remarks, it's easy enough, right? You put all the work in on the front end.
Yeah, I never prepare.
I don't as much as one would think either. I prefer speaking off the cuff if I can. No, you don't! I think our shoot-down rate's going to be a little bit better this run, at any rate. Like, we're taking down more of the targets, I feel like, yeah?
Yeah.
The mind.
I can see you getting the hang of the shooting mechanism.
Well, yeah, because one thing I did not know is, even though the maximum target lock is, I want to say, it's 8 rounds, you can fire, or be firing, far more than 8 rounds at a time if you, like, lock on to targets, release your lock-on, and immediately start painting more targets.
Yep. You can just fire at the center repeatedly on that. You don't even need to bother about the other
Right.
attacking you.
One thing I appreciate is the color coding here. It looks like anything that is colored like this kind of bright, almost fuchsia-looking shade has a chance of hurting us or will hurt us. And anything that isn't, well, doesn't. There we go! Wow!
Congrats!
Thank you, sir! And it gives us a few little fighters to shoot down, just, I guess, for points.
It's the victory lap.
Don't even get any items for that, though. Yet, anyway.
Items are really few and far between this stage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like they took a lot of the content, at least insofar as items or even really significant swarms of enemies, and just really stretched them out over a longer period of time to kind of tell a story with the stage.
That and to hit the player progressively instead of
Yes.
going all out. Because if you were using all the overdrives directly, it would be quite a nightmare at the end.
Mind killer.
So we're not going to be able to hold on to... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And by the way, the floating crabs, things like the one that goes down and then flies back up. These guys shoot a laser that summons the pillars. So if you kill them quickly enough, they won't be doing any summoning.
Oh, I see. Thanks for letting me know. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to hold on to Res Baby form forever, but I want to hold it at least through a couple of the boss fights now. That's my goal. Also, sorry, I will get caught up on chat just as soon as possible. This is a game that is not really conducive with, you know, keeping up with a live chat, but I will, I promise you. It's amazing, though, that, like, even for a final stage, or even the final stage, just feels incredibly calm up until the very end.
With a killer track at that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is what I hoped a lot of the soundtrack in Cyberpunk would sound like.
Yeah, and I really like the gate ID to select the mode. Like, you can see really where an SR got the gate ID from
Yeah,
the stage.
yeah, I think so. Well, thanks, Overdrive.
Yep.
There we go, we got it, we got it.
Killer. The mind.
Almost there. Because these last few, I guess, can't exactly call them stages, but these last few gates are much, much shorter than most of the earlier ones.
Yeah, I feel like the game speeds up with the music and the last stages because they don't want you to spend too much time into them. Like, you've seen all the enemies, you know what the stage ID is, so it's going to progress.
It's a game that actually makes competent use of and understands its space.
And respect the players.
Yeah, like, God, after Immortal Unchained, that feels good to see. And that, friends, is called using a super move to save your ass.
Overdrives are really powerful, but also dangerous to use at times because you need to be ready to continue shooting down.
Yes.
When it's done.
And now, are the overdrives, or at least the visuals of overdrives, different for every form of the player avatar, or...?
I believe they follow the classic shooting mechanism, but that's about it.
Okay.
Covered already some throwing things going on for it.
Alright, here we go. This is actually probably my favorite part of the stage, this sort of angelic Nazca-looking boss.
Yeah, the IRSS.
Ah, of course. There we go.
IRS.
There we go. Come on, let's bring it down. There we go. Once more.
Atari Bayonetta. That would be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
They're saying that it looks like something out of Bayonetta if it went on Atari.
I mean, it kind of does follow the simplistic but very distinctive visual style Atari used for a lot of their first-person or first-party titles back in the day. And so I can definitely see something like this as, you know, like a modern-day Atari-style project. Maybe what some of that style, the wireframe kind of simple but futuristic-looking graphical design, would have evolved into had it maintained popularity through the years. And it's a shame it didn't, because I actually really like this style of visual design.
It feels like a prelude of something that could be greater,
Mm-hmm.
but still need to grow, and then you have the rest, which is just disappointing. Like game development took the wrong road or the wrong lessons from the early concepts.
Okay. Come on, Pepsi baby, don't fail us now. At least they do give you a very, very, very generous timetable for destroying these little, the tiles that transform into the shuriken once they spawn.
Yeah, the shurikens are fine. It's the missiles that
Yep.
are really good. One thing this game kind of can be annoying about is that if you try to target actual weaponry like the missiles, you might end up targeting the boss instead and
Yes.
not hitting the missile at all.
So I'll say, on the whole, the lock-on system is very, very impressive. But yeah, there are some issues with, like, accuracy. Very sporadically.
Hmm.
Alright, I will gladly take that bonus, thank you. Okay, up next is Disco Sun. Now I can focus on using overdrives to defend ourselves, because I know that by destroying the very, very simple walls it spawns, we actually deal insane amounts of damage to it. No, 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 no. Okay. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, sometimes even the projectile are not quite aimed at you, so you can
Yeah.
avoid them.
They were just kind of lazily drifting towards us, so we had plenty of time. Wait a minute, no! We don't deal damage by destroying the walls, we're somehow targeting the core behind them. That's the power of Pepsi Baby, I guess.
No, you actually are doing damage by destroying the enemy's objects.
Okay.
It's even more damage than targeting the core itself, destroying its parts.
I will say, Pepsi Baby deals some obscene damage. I want to say even compared to, like, our other forms. Like, we do deal more damage the more advanced our form is, right?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Right now you are doing less damage to the core because it's resistant and it wants to be steady to all the blocks.
Ah, of course.
You can just explode them. You need like 16 hits on them or something like that.
There we go. On to the Running Man.
The real challenge.
Yeah. It's easily my favorite boss of the lot. Now, we learned a lesson last time, crew. And that is watch this thing like a friggin' hawk, because it's going to fire off an absolute salvo of missiles at us in just a minute.
It couldn't be nasty like that, no. Definitely not.
Now, okay, I take that back. It's not a ton of missiles, but they do approach from multiple different angles since it fires them off so close to you.
And it only does it once.
There we go.
Man is angry.
This is the one boss in the game where you don't want to focus exclusively on the core if you can. Because, well, that leaves you open for just about everything else it has to offer. Damn it! Ah! That was an issue with the targeting, I think. I'm fairly certain I painted that missile. That's alright, we can get it back.
The flying enemies on the final boss, you can target them and kill them to gain extra bonuses and recover the final form.
The large drones, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again, my favorite attack.
You can do at most 3 hits on
Yeah.
on a run.
Nice try. And then it looks like it automatically dies, effectively, once we quote-unquote dodge that?
You can take damage, but only if you are hit by a block.
Yes. Spanners asked you guys see Pac-Man 99. I might have? I don't know. What about you, MC?
No, that doesn't... I mean, I'm not huge on Pac-Man, so...
Neither am I. Like, the last Pac-Man related thing I am aware of is his inclusion in Smash Brothers, as actually a really good character.
Yeah, for me, Pac-Man is still that thing with the ghost on the screen.
Yep.
The evolution of it is kind of strange to me.
Very strange. Although we did get a couple surprisingly high-quality 3D platformers out of the Pac-Man franchise in the early 2000s.
Pac-Man Battle Royale games, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Let's see. Oh, that was easy. The fight is not easy, but that bit was. Oh, Spanner says it's a Pac-Man Battle Royale? What? How on earth does that work?
Maybe you eat your burn-ons.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's just it's a free-for-all at the old Pac-Man buffet. Well, if they were able to create a Battle Royale out of old side-scrolling Mario, I guess they'll do it with anything. Sorry, MC, what were you going to say?
I'm saying, well, Pac-Man is now promoting cannibalism, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, why not at this point? He's done everything.
Yeah, even prostitution.
Probably. Well, I mean, you saw the cartoon that he was kind of unceremoniously shoved into. Yeah, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I think that would count. Oh god, no.
Oh! Anna says it's like Chris99, you play the game and can target other people to make their game harder.
Oh, okay.
Wins.
That actually sounds kinda cool. I can see that working.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So... I wonder exactly what makes you able to attack other players. Maybe collecting enough nuts.
Yeah, or just spawning additional ghosts in, or sealing off certain passages in the maze, or something. I could see a few different ways that could go, and while I don't think you could get like a top-shelf game out of it, obviously, there's a recipe for like solid weekend fun with friends there.
Yeah, it's kind of the more... It's going to be a mix of interesting game and more casual experience.
Yeah, just like the Super Mario title.
Trying to find the balance between hardcore and family friendly. There's
Oh, oh. Did we... Oh, we missed one? Damn it. I did get one of them.
no. You got the one I saw.
Okay, okay. So, the one thing I learned from our earlier experience is we actually do want to tag those large flying drones sporadically just to keep them out of the fight. Once they sustain enough damage, I think they temporarily go offline.
Yeah, that's correct. But most of the time they just won't attack you. Like they try, but fail miserably.
Yeah, they just kind of strafe the area. It's the one up there with its, I guess, wings spread that's the most dangerous.
When they break their wings, that means they are on torn attack.
Right. Now, the central ring, conversely, is no threat whatsoever.
Congrats on getting back the final
Thank you.
form.
Probably not going to keep it for long, but we got it. Yep, there we go, damn it. So the issue with getting in close is it just starts spamming you, and the drones do too.
Yeah, that's why I just focus on the core and nothing else until I reach, until it explodes, because it can only fire one salvo if you just focus on it. And even then, even if it focuses one salvo, it's too, you're too quick to have it do anything.
Right, right. Now, I'm not going to speak presumptively, but I think we might be able to pull this one out. Now, the only issue here is we're going to be in range of all 4 drones, more or less, round the clock.
I'm sure you got it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the confidence. We got this, I think. Also, interesting little trick of the visual design, it appears that the core sends out far more of those little, options, those things it just released, than it actually does due to the, luminescent effects that tend to follow them. No, 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 no. Their angle of approach is really weird in these phases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this should do it. Good night. Hey! Now,
Congrats.
thank you. I'm not certain that'll be the end, but we've completed the wireframe. I think. This is the kind of thing that screams both extremely inventive, unique concept, and also a lot of drugs. Oh no, that's it. Okay. Huh.
Yep.
As long
And
as...
it's not a good ending.
Right, this is the, like, neutral ending, I suspect.
That's... Basically the good ending has more scenes to it at the end.
But as far as gameplay is concerned, this is all Stage 5 has to offer us?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the end.
Well, that was really nice. It felt like the lead up to the final boss, like the little boss rush, was actually both more difficult and more engaging from a design standpoint than the final boss itself, which is not meant as a slight toward the latter whatsoever. Like you said, MC, the bosses in this game on the whole are designed really well, and it's a testament to it, like with NSR and its final boss, that this fight was probably one of the game's weaker ones, because it's still really high quality.
I mean, it's hard because it tries to lure you into killing everything else but the core.
Yes.
It's more of a last stand, and that's what it tries to represent, at least.
She still lies trapped within the system. Well, based on my experience and my skill, it's gonna be a hell of a long time before we get her ass out of there.
Yeah, but with good ending, you also get the nice version of the credits.
Right. Well, Hey, honestly, that isn't too bad. 91% of bogeys shot down, 84% of items collected. I assume that includes those that spawn during the final battles. Yeah. Yeah, that was really solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's related to having the final form
Yeah.
and keeping it in there. So, and the game is not even mean toward the player in that regard because you can recover that form if you don't take too much damage.
Yeah, thank you, Eclipse. Let's get caught up here as well. Eclipse shared some emotes in the Discord. Thank you very much. And Eclipse also mentioned the character designs of Bayonetta, or the enemy designs of Bayonetta, which MC, I don't know if you've seen many of them, but the enemies specifically from Bayonetta 1 have such brilliant designs.
They released Bayonetta on Steam, so yeah, I got it and played a little bit of it.
It's another game like this that's very easy to pick up and learn, but very difficult to actually get like the premium grades on for every mission.
To master, yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Spanner says, God, Ghostly Adventures was not good, and I don't think the games were either. No, they weren't. They were like very cookie cutter, like tie-in children's entertainment action platformers. Not great. And if it follows the Tetris 99 and Mario 35 formula, Pac-Man 99 will be free too. Nice. And yeah, that I think that's going to be it. Just looking at our time for Res today, if only because we still need to make progress in Balan. But what an experience the main game alone was. I saw we unlocked a couple of these bonus stages.
Yep. All the optional stages, the score attack, and probably the bus rush.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the bus rush.
No, if we achieve a shoot-down rate of 95% in Area 5, we get the boss rush, but we also unlock, there's one, I believe, just completely original stage.
Lost Area, or?
Yeah, Lost Area, or no,
Lost
sorry,
Area.
two. We got Lost Area and then the transmission.
Yeah, basically these are two stages that were put aside from the main game, but it's... I think Transmission was a newer one, and Lost Area is really one that was set aside.
So this was like one of the first stages, if maybe the first stage they actually got up and running during development, found out it kind of didn't fit anywhere neatly within the little campaign they were trying to present and set aside, and this was probably created after or toward the end of the development process.
It's possible. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that game.
Okay.
I looked at all the lore.
So we've got
And
three more stages, right?
You also have beyond options, which give you things you can configure and tweak on the game if you want to play around with.
Very cool. Marolian. Okay, that's interesting. Beam type. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, you can like just toggle everything to experience these, including the main game with the direct assault, however you like. That's really, really cool. So tomorrow, I guess to start us off, we'll tackle the Lost Area, and provided I get a good enough score, which I assume isn't that difficult, the transmission. And go ahead.
Lost Area, I've never got the high score on it, so...
Oh, wow. Okay, we'll see. If we can't do that within, a reasonable amount of time, we'll just do the Lost Area. Then Area X, which is a single standalone stage, right?
That's correct. There are two bosses in Area X, one main boss and one secret boss.
And I assume what we're seeing here might be the main boss?
In Area X, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is an Area X wallpaper. Or not wallpaper, theme.
Yeah. I mean, I beat the game the other day, but it's so dense. Basically, the entire game looks like that in Area X.
Oh wow! So it
And
really makes the most of graphical rendering capabilities that emerged after the release of the original game.
yeah, it's basically res, but with the modern technology.
I'd love to see like a full length game, even if it is a short arcade experience, done in this style. Then, because the visuals here are just amazing, and the
So basically,
originals. Go ahead.
you are sharing my pain there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I get. And so much of this may just be due to the color palette, right? There's a lot of, like, very sharp, warm colors here, which is unusual, I want to say, in a lot of, like, very sleek sci-fi. But I'm getting kind of a synthesis of Tron and Deus Ex just looking at this. Like, it's not
Well,
smooth.
most of this, it's
Go ahead.
it's interesting because it looks a little bit of those games, and also it uses more of an aquatic base for the monster and the movement in the stage. So you are moving in a fluid instead of the rest,
I
and
see.
it's free roaming around the stage.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah,
sounds amazing.
it's incredible.
Kind of like, I guess a good comparison would be like Zone of the Enders or something.
I haven't played that game, so
It's very good. Like, it and its sequel, like, great mech combat games from back in the day. I mean, I say this as somebody whose favorite mech combat game is Custom Robo, but Custom Robo and Gotcha Force, two games that deserved way more love over here. Okay, so that concludes Res for today. I'm going to grab a drink and put a load of laundry on really quickly, so if you'll give us 2 or 3 minutes. MC, you're welcome to stick around on commentary for Balan Wonderworld, if you would care to.
I will do that tonight.
Alright, glad to have you, man. Give us just a minute. We'll be right back.
How is it going, chat? The big game with the biggest controller, I assume you mean Zone of the Enders? I will post a link. I'm glad I recommended 3D Res, just to be able to show everyone this style of game. Can you imagine a game from 2002 and even before the Res Infinite release, it was kind of hard to get and it was hard to find and almost not known. It's really sad for this kind of game.
And we're back. Thank you so much for your patience, one and all.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Spanners asked, what's the mech game with the big-ass controller? That was a Steel Battalion, wasn't it? Or Armored Core.
Yeah.
Armored Core.
Armored Core.
Wait, no, sorry. Armored Core was FromSoft, I think. Steel Battalion is what I'm thinking of. I'm fairly certain. Let me see. I know because Yep, they released a sequel with no large controller or complex, really involved interactability within the cockpit because they replaced all of that with Kinect motion controls. And it was one of the most hated games, I want to say, of the entire last console generation. Rightly so.
Yeah. We have lost the joy of using joysticks.
Yeah, really, if I could go back in time and change one thing about the development of hardware within my lifetime, it would be ensuring nobody ever really seriously, outside of, like, VR, attempts to, like, transfer standard, like, game design to a motion-centric format. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at the Wii, it was great for selling, like, to certain audiences that maybe aren't that amenable to video games, which is a wonderful thing. But then, developers that were, like, trying to release multi-platform and already had to deal with the console's lower graphical fidelity and overall, like, constitution as, like, a piece of computing hardware, then had to figure out some way to shoehorn motion controls in, because I want to say for a time Nintendo mandated that every Wii game include them somehow.
Yeah.
Spammer
Metroid
says,
Prime 3.
I love that Kinect malarkey, so much fun, not shoehorned at all. And I don't know, gyro aim is king. I will say this. I have unfortunate experience with a number of motion controllers. The PlayStation Move is probably the best of the lot, for what it's worth.
I will say this, Metroid Prime on the Wii with the Nunchuk and the Wiimote is probably the best shooter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it felt great. Like, the motion controls with Wii Motion Plus, I think, were fantastic in the trilogy. Hey, Potato, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid, man.
Hey,
You're playing that again.
Yes, we are. Welcome, Seth. Well, you missed the ending to Rez's main campaign, which is actually fantastic.
Okay.
And now we're doing this.
Did you write Wonderwhattheplotis in one word because of the character constraint?
No, because I've been trying to go with various plays on words, for every stream. Balan Wonder Bread, Balan Wonder, Wonderwall.
Oh.
The lady filled with avian adoration. Okay, so we're in indoor. Hey, kids, it's just like Carnival, but worse.
Yeah.
I updated the game tag so it says the proper game.
Thank you, MC.
God, Brady, you're a professional streamer now.
I'm an old man stuck running a Twitch channel for some reason.
Hey, Clips.
Hey. So, let's wear our robot suit because it's one of the few that isn't horrifying. The sheep and the official regalia of the God is Dead marching band's parade leader. Like, look at this thing. That's just dire.
I think one of the problem with the character design is that they never blink.
Yes!
No blink.
Yes, lots of people have pointed this out. Notice how none of the NPCs ever emote. They've just got these cold, lifeless stares. So that's why I said we're in backup dancer hell. Oh, here's our host. Oh.
These thingies are. Wait. How did he shoot?
Oh,
Is
as
he
you...
shooting from his crotch?
No. As you stand still, the chest piece of this suit opens up and fires out a spread of lasers, but you also perform a pelvic
okay.
thrust with it, because
Yeah.
this game has
that-
issues.
Yeah.
Clip says, very interesting costumes we have there, and the NPCs are all dead inside. Yeah, and it's our job to make sure they're dead on the outside, too. Oh my god, what the fuck are those? Spawn.
Oh my god, that
Spawn.
lady is absolutely terrifying.
Wait for it. What are these? What are these?
So basically, you are shooting laser from your heart.
Yeah.
It's love lasers.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, well, there goes our laser suit. But we got a new one. Let's see what this is.
Not nearly as creepy as penis laser, so I'm gonna go with MC's suggestion.
Spanner says the shooting being dependent on standing still is terrible. Yeah, somewhat. Okay, so what... Are we meant to attack anything here, or... Maybe we learn how to interact with that later on. Every chapter does have new costumes to discover, after all. Hello, terrible egg people. I will say, I applaud each world for A, not containing a million stages and dragging itself out too long, and B, at the very least working to distinguish itself aesthetically from other stages or other chapters in the game. That's laudable. And I feel the need to reiterate, I don't dislike Balan Wonderworld. I actually like it quite a bit, and wish that more mid-range games were like this instead of so much of the serialized drivel we get. What do I
Well,
do
it seems
with you?
quite cute.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, maybe I have to transform!
Power Ranger.
Transform into a form of Aero Acrobat. No,
Yikes.
not two of it. Arrow and Robot. There we go. Oh, we need to... We'll have to come back once we learn what to do with that. Dang it. Well, how have you been today, Seth?
Pretty okay. I had my training today, and I went to view the apartment, the new apartment.
Oh, nice. How's it looking?
It's much bigger than mine. Well, 10 square meters more or less. But visually it's better. It seems much bigger because it doesn't have the loggia, which is taking quite a bit of my apartment.
Right.
Instead of that, the bedroom is bigger, and it's actually a separate room, and it just has a slide door like mine. And there is a garden as well.
Ooh, very nice.
So that's really cute. Yeah.
Oh, let's see what this is. It's a chameleon suit? Lick Shot Lizard.
The what now?
The Lick Shot Lizard. Oh god, it's first person aiming.
You know, Potato, maybe Deponia was not so bad after all.
Oh,
No, the third part was just... I can understand why it got removed from the PlayStation
Yeah,
Store.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like horrifically racist, right?
Oh,
It's
not
sexist.
only racist, yeah.
Great.
And misogynistic as well. Just... oof. Wait, misogynistic and sexist is same thing.
Largely,
Similar.
yeah.
Similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
Misogyny specifically refers to a form of sexism that's directed towards women.
Yeah.
The equivalence against men is misinjury.
Ah, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, basically the game was calling all black people monkeys.
Oh my god!
Not directly.
Not directly, but they would give them the role of being a circus monkey or something like that. So just
Holy
being very
shit!
racist.
Basically, there's like a part of the game where there's an organ grinder and he has a dancing monkey, which is not a dancing monkey. It's just
Oh
a
no!
black guy that is drawn to look like one. And then he doesn't want to do the role of the monkey, So you help him by getting rid of the guy that plays the organ, and then the monkey takes the place of the organ player, and you replace the monkey with the... I think that's the only other black person in the game.
Oh. That is... Yeah, that does not deserve to be on Steam, or I would argue damn near any storefront.
Oh no, it's on every other platform except the PlayStation Store.
Is it on GOG?
PlayStation was
Yes, I believe so.
Alright, it's CDPR's fault.
No,
right.
the game is finished, it's just bad.
Oh, yeah, and at the start of
awful.
the game, there was like this one woman character that was like really angry, and the male protagonist said something like, "Oh, did Auntie Flo arrive already?"
Ugh.
Oh, it wasn't the protagonist, it was Argus, one of the antagonists.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
And, like...
There was also the part with the two female resistance members where the protagonist, Rufus, just keeps basically insulting them and asking where the real resistance members are.
Yeah.
And-
And one of those female resistance members is a trans woman.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
And the whole thing, these attitudes, they weren't present in the earlier games?
No, not at all.
Not to that degree.
There was every now and then like a silly joke, you know.
Something that you could overlook.
Yeah, you can overlook it, but this part was piled, like, it was ridiculous. Oh, there was this one part that wasn't really offensive, but it was disgusting. Basically, you're supposed to find a magic mushroom, and you find it, well, just potato, you can say it.
An old sewer witch has the mushroom growing on her foot.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Obviously, yes.
And then you use that mushroom and put it into like some sewer beer and give it to basically Mario to drink it. Because there's Mario, there's Donkey Kong, and Princess Peach in a bar, except you don't see that it's Donkey Kong until you give him a beer with hair growth something in it.
And then he becomes a
then-
monkey.
Yeah, he gets super hairy and becomes a monkey. And then Princess Peach isn't there, but it is the son of King Peach, who you give a beer with hormones in there, and he turns into a woman.
Uh-huh.
And you give Mario a mushroom brew, and he gets super strong, and then they both sort of fall in love with the princess, and then the monkey starts throwing barrels at him.
This sounds like the fever dream of an employee who got fired from Nintendo of America for just being a horrible racist. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that Nintendo didn't sue them for that. That's a pretty, like...
well, no,
obvious
it,
reference.
Potato, you don't understand. They were mocking and insulting their characters in the context of a work of fiction that effectively constitutes hate speech at certain points. They weren't creating a loving, completely free, and accessible tribute to a series that they felt a great personal attachment to, so Nintendo's cool with it. Seriously though, guys, if you're present, first off, go follow Potato at Comrade Potato on Twitch if you haven't already. Secondly, check out those VODs because holy crap, we need to document that.
Yeah, it's holy shit.
Whoa.
Just like we were playing, and I kept we were playing. He was playing. I was watching, and I kept thinking like, how did they think this was okay? It was just absurd. Oh, and of course, the first monkey that was playing the organ, he wasn't black. He looked Arabian, but he kind of had this Aladdin kind of features, you know, the standard Arabian stereotype.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And a monkey face.
Also, at one point in the sewers, you have some children following you.
Right.
Yeah.
That you have to find a way to ditch, else the bouncer won't let you get into the bar. And when you leave them sort of alone in the same area, there's a pedophile with a van
Are you kidding me?
calling them in, yes. Although that part of the story ends up by you going into his van to see his quotation marks petting zoo, and then you do stuff to him that he doesn't like. Well, to
feel
the
like
animals in his petting zoo.
I feel like I came back at an interesting time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Potato was just describing his experiences with the Deponia series to us, and holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I already knew about Deponia, that's why I didn't spoil anything.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Okay.
The first
Yeah, I
and
was
the second part were okay, but the third one, holy crap.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Like, I mean,
Came
compared
in with the meme.
to
Came
that,
in
this
with the meme, and they went out with the most horrible thing. That's kind of how this sort of series evolved, unfortunately.
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, yikes. I mean, we might need to do a podcast episode just about that, or that studio. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Seth, you know what I just realized? Of those kids, one of them got eaten by the slime monster.
Wait, really?
Yeah, remember, Rusty? The oldest one.
Oh, poor Rusty.
When Rufus, like, convinced his two siblings that there was only two of them, and then he went, and we just found a goal. We didn't find the third one.
Oh, no. Yeah, he got eaten by a monster because Rufus decided that it would be very safe to make a camping site in a monster's mouth and leave the children there.
Leave the children there. He tucked them into giant burrito wraps, and fed them with gravy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Just basically
of course.
poured it all over them.
So basically they were piggies in a blanket.
Yep.
So, what kind of drugs and how much? What the hell? You did see the game just spawn us over a pit, right?
Yeah.
No, you imagined it.
You saw
I see.
nothing.
Well, this is a game all about imagination and possibilities, so you may be right. Let's see. What do we want? I mean, I guess I might have to become Box Fox for a minute, but
Box.
he is a fox that is also sometimes Box.
Box fox. Hue. Because it's probably the only word they could find that rhymes with fox.
Or wait, do I? No, we may not need Box Fox for this, never mind. And trust me, if we don't need Box Fox, we ain't gonna use Box Fox. It's the worst transformation in the game so far.
Oh no,
Also,
worse
it
than
has huge
pounding pig.
Yeah, Pounding Pig is actually useful. Despite having probably... Go ahead.
Box Fox has huge vents, so it's okay.
Yeah, Box Fox has a
What?
cute design. Yeah. Okay, no, we want good sheep.
At least the furry energy decreased a little bit.
Either that, or we've just become inured to it.
Eh.
It's still at the top of the Fury ID, so
Yeah.
no, it doesn't decrease.
There we go, just circumvent those suckers. Haha. Gonna have to retry the Balan bout here later on, unfortunately, but other than that, everything's going fine. Just fine. A-okay. Let's pick up
You
this...
mean the Dragon Balan Z?
Oh, yes, of course. I will say, again, an area where I want to give this game credit, for having, like, pretty small but extremely dense levels, there's lots of opportunities for, like, accessing hidden paths or exploration. It's a well-made game when it comes to, like, basic design principles, and even a lot of the audio-visual design. It just feels like this same dev team needs a second pass at this same concept. Like, maybe cut back on the number of costumes and give each of them several unique, distinct abilities.
You know what's interesting about that is That's actually kind of the original Sonic series features.
Yeah.
Stuff written all over and sort of a complex level design, but easy to follow.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right, MC. And the same design lead, Yuji Naka, I'm pretty sure is also one of the creators, if not the prime creator of Knights.
To be fair, I think that
Definitely.
I think that this game could benefit from less outfits and maybe just having like not, I don't know how many do you have, like 4 per level or 5 per level?
Yeah.
Instead maybe having 2 and just maybe work a bit more on them.
And allow them to maintain their relevance insofar as, like,
Yeah.
being useful for navigating levels and the like, after the fact.
Because I feel that right now, for you changing those outfits is more of a chore than it is fun.
You're not wrong.
So, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay, we've got to approach that from a specific
Hey, Lady
angle.
Underjoyed!
Hey, welcome to the stream, ma'am. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us.
I feel like what the costume lacks actually is more of a exchange, because it takes a little bit of time to change, and that's kind of annoying over time. And also the fact that you have too small of a limited set for all the costumes, so
Yeah.
either reducing the number or increasing the number you can carry.
Right, right.
That also
Or
messes
just
up.
being able to switch between the costumes you have stocked, like stored away, from like a pause menu.
Hey, if
Yeah.
this was a Crap Division game, they would probably tell you that you can have more costumes stored if you just pay them $5.99 a month.
Oh, well, we made it that time. And yes, Seth, they absolutely would. How are you today, Lady Underjoyed? Have you had a good afternoon so far? I am enjoying the closest thing to a day off I'm going to get until the end of the semester, so...
Nice. When is the end of the semester?
May should be like after the first week of May or somewhere
Okay,
around there.
Not too far. And then until when are you free?
I will not have to take another class until I'm done with my master's. I'm just going to spend from, I want to say, May until November just slugging away at my thesis.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Now, to be fair, it's going to be a lot of work because I've not really had time to do much more than preparatory reading. A very small amount of it, but I know I can do it. Lady Underjoyed says, yes, I'm really digging this little game. I'm glad. I am as well. And I can't really understand why it received abysmal reviews and reception in most markets. Like even in Japan, it sold really poorly. And critics have been merciless to it.
Considering what I read from the user critics, it's really a problem of not understanding why the costume doesn't allow you to jump. So
Right.
Oh
they
yeah.
don't- They don't get that it's not really a platformer. It has the vibes of one, but it's not the main premise of it. It's really... It struggles only shoot through changing the gameplay mechanics, which
I mean,
is... Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what they say, if it sounds like a duck, looks like a duck, it's obviously a tiger, so...
Or, in this case,
Right.
a child in a very uncomfortable looking tiger outfit. Lady Underjoyed says, Amen, I feel the wanting a day off vibes. Soon, ma'am. Very soon. And I've not seen the outfit commentary, but from the play I've seen, I'm interested. Yeah, the audio-visual design of this game is absolutely immaculate, and you'll see before too long we should access a boss stage. The bosses are really a tour de force when it comes to visual design. They're amazing.
I love the music numbers at the end though. That's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a special treat. Like, oh, you worked so hard to beat this boss. Let us reward you with a bit of a cringe fest.
Hope you didn't like your retinas too much.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it up, Farmer Ted.
Oh my god, Farmer Dead.
That was the
best
meme.
character in the game.
That was the meme. You've got to go find, if you guys don't follow her already, the Penny Parker Snap Cube stream of the Balan Wonderworld demo. It's hilarious. Now where are those damn Balan statuettes?
Did we find out the name of Balan's enemy?
Nope.
Oh.
We've not found out
Probably
anybody's
Shadow
name
Balan.
but the lead. Yeah. It's going to be like Malin or something.
Malin.
Wallen.
Nalab.
Yeah.
Balan.
But yeah, I think the main issue with the critics of this game is really the fact that it's a post-Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is progress through jumping and F costumes.
Mm.
And this game is F costume and navigate with that.
Yeah.
Lady Undertroid asks, what platform is this on? I am playing it on PS4, but I also believe it's available on Xbox One, and it might be on PC.
Shall check that right away.
Thank you, ma'am.
It is
on
available
PC.
on... Yeah, on everything.
Even on PS5 if you can get
Yeah.
your hands on one.
And the new Xbox as well. So,
PS5,
literally
what's
everything.
that? That's a myth.
So on Google, audience rating summary is 2.7.
Yikes. Lady Undertroid says, yeah, PS4. Right! Yeah, no, it's played really well. What were you going to say?
Metacritic 27%. Steam 6 out of 10.
See, I think that regardless of a subjective opinion, and I could see why a lot of people would absolutely, despise this, all of those scores are a bit unjustifiably low. The six average on Steam, I can see a case being made for, but the others, no, this is not like a sub-3 game. This is not worse than Imagine Party Babies. It's not worse than Kane and Lynch 2. It's not worse than any of those.
So I'm reading the...
If you look at the Metacritics, the official reviews are from Nintendo magazines.
Mhm.
So I guess they really hate it because they've got used to Mario. It's the only explanation that I can have for that kind of negative reviews.
Yeah, so meta score from the critics, it says it's 33, and the user score is 6.3. But what I'm seeing mostly in the comments, like the negative comments from the critics, it's bland worlds. Yeah. So it says here, monotonous level design, awful performance, and shallow gameplay combine to make for an experience that is simply not fun to play. It may look pretty when its frame rate isn't chugging, but there simply isn't enough good content here to justify your time or money, and this is undoubtedly true when you take into account that this is a full-priced retail release. If you're looking for a good 3D platformer for your Switch, this most definitely isn't it. Okay, so it could have performance issues on the Switch. I can totally see that.
Yeah, and MC, I think, identified some very mild sporadic frame drops or stuttering here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the game is constantly lagging a little, but it's not too bad on the PlayStation.
No. And
I can assume it is bad on the Switch then if
Yeah.
PlayStation is struggling.
But like monotonous level design, I don't really see that. I mean, maybe from a strictly mechanical perspective, if you strip out all of the visuals, all of the sound, basically all of the elements that combine to create an audiovisual environment players explore and navigate through, then yeah, maybe a lot of these levels are pretty simple, given, like MC said,
Yeah.
what we've come to expect. But the set dressing for them is so good that they all of these worlds feel really distinct, regardless of whether or not they are from a purely technical standpoint. That's
So
my experience.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a merely a perspective of really different style, because as you said yesterday, it's more arboreal and that kind of stuff, which makes variation out of it. And maybe that's what they meant by that. They don't have fire level or ice level or really strong differences.
Oh, we're gonna have a fire level though, because the official trailer, or the trailer that I saw on YouTube before, like a video I was actually wanting to watch, did open with footage of the kids breaking it down with a fireman in the middle of a raging inferno. So
Oh, that's good. We can bring Founding Pig there.
yeah,
Finally get rid of it.
Yay! But yeah, I think that MC is right when he says that part of the problem is that it's being treated as a platformer, because even here on
Yeah.
Metacritic, it says genres action platformer.
I think you guys are right.
So,
Yeah, this is not a platformer. It's just an action adventure game. That good old dubious genre from the
Yeah,
olden days.
But the design really makes it feel that it should be a platformer.
Yeah, I can see that. So we can't lick the fire. We're going to have to find ourselves a new costume. And that may be it up there.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm kind of familiar with the platformer appearance issue, because Bulletstorm had these kind of issues as well from certain reviews. Like, people didn't understand why they couldn't jump in that game.
What?
Yeah.
It's a first-person shooter. You can't jump in roughly half of them, right? Anymore, at least.
Yeah, but you know, Bulletstorm gives the impression that there's actually verticality to it, and so you should be able to jump on platform and move around, but it's not the case. So you could make a point that it should be there, but
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
It just like feels wrong.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's a first-person shooter, you should be able to jump.
Not necessary.
Well, most of them have the jump option.
Most do, yeah. Not. I
But
want to
it's
say not all.
in the script, like in the how to say, in the description of the first person shooter.
It's not, but like almost all of them have it.
I mean, it like here we are saying that, you know, it's a platformer, but it doesn't have jumping, so that in first person shooter it would be if it was first person, but instead of guns it would have noodles or something.
That actually
Bananas.
sounds kind of amazing.
Bananas, yes.
I mean,
You finger guns.
First-person noodler.
well, actually, that exists, the banana mechanic shooting.
God.
There are versions of worms in 3D environment that you can toggle first-person mode.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's true. The 3D Worms games, which actually, for what they were, I'm sorry, we can take damage from torches while playing as the torch. Alright.
Obviously.
The 3D Worms games, which were not bad at all, did have that functionality. Yes, sir.
Wait, which was the Worms game that we played in college?
That was the 2D one, Reloaded.
Ah, okay, yeah, we were crazy about that game. Like every time between classes, we would sit together and play it. It was really fun.
The 3D titles
course-
were... Go ahead.
Yeah. One friend, he would always use the rope and always just like go from one part of the map to the other in a single turn. And whenever he would use the rope, he would be just humming the Indiana Jones theme. It was hilarious.
As you
Oh,
do,
yeah, I
of
forgot
course.
about that.
Da, 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 da.
So,
One thing I really like about Worm is that they released like 5 years ago or something like that. They released Worms Open Warfare just to make it fun on the WoW word. It's not World of Warcraft, it's Worms.
Yeah, nice.
okay, let's see. Can I do this like I did back in the old Wii Sports days? Probably not. But, let's see what we can do. Huh! Oh. Those sure were physics. These little sport mini games are nice, but at the same time, just kind of totally ancillary to our purpose here, I think. There we go. Spare. In 3 shots. Just like bowling. I will gladly take the P, though, thank you.
These mini games feel like out of place and kind of broken.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I mean, you saw the football, right?
Yeah, that was amusing.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great. The targets just, not even really acknowledging that they were struck, until we fired off our next shot at the same targets.
Yeah, basically it was kind of a grid that you could throw the ball at and fall over. But instead, on the second shot, it just fell over on the floor, and then Brady shot them, and they still counted as being targeted while on the floor.
Be right back.
Beppo again?
Yeah.
You could just tell after a certain period of time, huh? Oh, these areas are so dense. We'll definitely have to do a second run-through of the entire game once we get more costumes. And I do like that. Like, the game quite naturally incentivizes, successive runs. Oh god. Why are the hosts always giant?
Why not?
Potato, it's amazing what you told us about Deponia, though. Like, we have to look deeper into that studio. You and I, now. Like...
Oh, I still need to play the 4th game, which is sort of like a spin-off.
Like an alternate continuity, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
I
good
don't
god.
know yet. I didn't want to spoil too much. But that one did get removed from the PlayStation Store, so no.
Oh, so it's gonna be even worse.
Who knows? We'll find out.
But, like, do you have any idea how hard it is to actually get removed from the PlayStation Store? Like, Life of Black Tiger is still up there. Skylight...
Cyberpunk did it.
Cyberpunk isn't.
Well, right, but that means it's worse than Life of Black Tiger, considerably so.
Yeah. But if I have read it correctly, the spin-off part, the 4th game, actually was made because the 3rd one was so over the top,
Oh,
and they
no.
wanted people to be able to see the ending. So yeah, so it should be milder. Okay, Poppy is again sitting behind me on her tower, looking at the ceiling and being like,
I can hear
like
her.
it's not. Yeah, it's not even meowing. It's just like she's having a conversation with herself.
Oh, I see.
Talking to some ghosts.
Like at this point, I would not be surprised.
We need Pounding Pig for that, I'm sorry to say. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Oh god.
We never did find out the significance of the father message yesterday either.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, what was the message again?
No, we just found our first little rainbow droplet, and the message simply read, Father. Hi, Balan. Why do we never get to play as you in a conventional manner?
Because we cannot have nice things.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Also, I kinda don't wanna see him in a furry costume.
Well, I think Balan, with his inhuman appearance and proportions, would actually be able to sell that without appearing nearly so unsettling. Like, a lot of the costumes on an inhuman character like this would actually look, you know, if not charming, perfectly inoffensive.
They would look okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just thinking Do you want to know the best battle race?
Hmm.
If you want to play as, if you want to play that stage in a similar manner, just go play Area X on Res.
Yeah. Damn it! Like, for some reason, the timing on the last, the very last prompt in each of these is really, really tight. It's forgiving for every other prompt, it's tighter on the last one for some reason, meaning, well, we've got to replay the stage again. Okay, you want serious criticism, I do not like the fact that Balan's little QuickTime minigame is present in every single stage. That's, quite frankly, ridiculous.
Oh,
Or at
wow.
least- Or at least not letting you replay them
Yes.
right away.
Oh, our mental health episode on YouTube got 3 likes
Wonderful.
and 18 views. Yeah, that's nice. And also one of your playthroughs of No More Heroes got a copyright claim.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, it just says it cannot be monetized, which for us is doesn't
Yeah,
make
but
any
still,
difference.
who the fuck copyright claimed it?
Let me see if we can see anything. Analytics, maybe?
Where do you see that?
I went
Really?
into content and
Of all
Yeah,
games,
into
No More
content.
Heroes.
Oh, yeah, restrictions, copyright claim.
Yeah.
Can you see what it's about? I don't think so.
There should be a copy of the claim somewhere.
yeah. See details. Let's see. Ineligible. Okay, the content identified in your video is listed below, along with details and actions. Content used: deep cover, sun, arrow. So apparently a song that was going on for 12 seconds. Copyright owners, The Orchard Music, on behalf of Not Fun.
Yeah, well, they're right about that.
It's
Oh.
monetized in some territories. So, wow.
Look it, guys.
Videos
There's
cannot be monetized. Ad revenue paid to copyright owner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Now we have select action, trim out segment. Yeah, let's just trim out this 12 seconds.
12
and that's
seconds.
it. Fuck it. Yeah.
It must be one of the boss themes from probably
yeah,
No More Heroes
it
2.
was. And this is one of those, you know, companies that go around claiming stuff on behalf of.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
no. This was a content ID claim.
Oh, so it was automated.
Automatic. Yeah,
I
this
see.
was
Oh,
automated.
okay. The content ID claim on your video does not affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. Okay, so it's just
Just give us your money. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
we
basically.
still don't want them to get any money.
Yeah, so let's see if there is any other. No, there isn't.
It's like, well, you did it, kids. You stopped the overanalyst from making probably 12 cents on that over his lifetime.
No,
Yeah.
we can't even monetize yet.
For monetization, we need 1,000 subscribers, I think, or something like that.
I see. Oh, that sounds about right.
Huh.
Oh, but look,
Yeah.
there's a
Oh.
second Balan bout here. Oh,
Of course.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
children.
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. We have 27.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
Sorry, slowly but Steph.
Fuck off.
Let's see. What do we want to use? Is there any costume we have that would allow us to clear that gap? Maybe not Sonic.
Danny.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow.
Let's try it. I don't think it'll give us enough range, but hey, it's worth a shot. We're almost certainly going to need something different for this, but I'm stubborn. Damn it, if we had landed on the enemy, we would have been fine. Alright. We will try that again later. Again, this game really heavily emphasizes or incentivizes you to go back, and I don't want you guys to see the same section of the same stage over and over again, so just hold tight. We're almost there. Correction, we are there. Just 3 trophies, that's not great, but... Oh, wait. Wait, there's one of the rainbow droplet statues down here. We definitely want that. Father.
So basically, the dream team struck again. Poppy took the role of garbage bags out from the, like, tossed it down from the shelf, and Beppa took it and spread it all over the living room. So I had to re-roll it.
Lovely.
Joy.
Love it.
And I assume it was Beppo that just, like, pooped all over the place again, right?
He poops only once every 2 hours, so we have an hour and 45 minutes of
Only every 2
clean air.
hours.
Yeah.
See, when that happens to a human, they call the doctor. Well, in the case of Olestra, when that happens to humans, they get so concerned they call the government.
In case of Olestra, they're actually very happy because they're like just getting all of that shit out of them.
Literally. But no,
Yeah.
imagine that. Imagine having GI tract problems. Imagine having diarrhea so bad that you skip calling, like, your pharmacy and asking, you know, is there anything you can give me for this? Calling your doctor and asking, do I maybe need to come in to see you? Calling the hospital and being like, can you admit me? No, you go straight to calling the government to tell them about your bowel movements.
It tracks.
You can like call Obama and say like, I can't stop shitting.
Help!
Help!
It's a terrorist attack.
At this point, yeah. I mean, in case of Haribo, it could as well be because it's from Germany. The Germans are attacking us with Haribo.
Technically, you do it to yourself.
Well,
No
yes.
one's forcing you to eat them.
Well, right, and if there's one thing that Americans historically have been so great at, it's taking responsibility for things.
That's true for a lot of people, I would say.
Yeah, you're
It's a,
right.
it's a universal trait. We are all in the same boat on that.
Wait, who did comment something on like, it's your fault for nuking them twice? Was that Potato?
That was me.
I just
Jeez.
remember the comment for the Japanese people. It's your fault for nuking them twice. And then we complain about the Ponya. God damn it.
Hey, mine was... Nobody would take me seriously.
And to be fair, you didn't also produce an entire video game about just abhorrent views.
Oh yeah, and I don't think I described you the situation with the black girl and the monkey.
No.
When you replaced the monkey with the black girl, you basically sold her to the previous monkey.
Yeah.
God,
And
why?
she says like, oh my god, you sold me? And he's like, no, I traded you. So,
Wow.
Then it's fine.
Brady, back in the bridge section on this area, there was a platform to the side of it.
I gotcha. Oh, we lost 2 costumes? I don't think that's happened before, but alright, fine. I know we're going to have to destroy those monsters to get something, so hold on. We'll take Guardian Bird, and what's another good combat-based critter? Maybe totally not Pokemon here.
The totally not Pokemon sounds good, yes.
Okay, MC, did you mean here on this bridge, or? Oh, up there, yeah. Now question, how do we get there? Because that's
By
where, like...
jumping. Oh, sorry, no, this is not a platformer. By maneuvering around with quick time events.
Man, though, screw the Deponia team, seriously. Like, that is just so... outrageous, really. There's no... Yeah, there's no other word for it. Like... And wasn't
We
Deponia...
were counting strikes, because, yeah, we heard about it being banned and stuff, and so we were like, okay, let's see how many of these jokes are we gonna find that they're a bit too much. You know, if Potato and I are like,
Yeah.
that should not be there, then you know it's really bad. And up until the monkey point, we were at like 6 or 7. So it wasn't that bad. Like the monkey part is already at like the back half of the game, right?
Mid. Not a mid game.
Ah,
Yeah,
damn it.
okay. And then when that thing appeared, it was just like one after the other. I think we could like easily go up to 20 without even trying. After that moment, just everything fell to shit.
Like, at one point, you don't know if you'd, like, give it one strike or, like, 20 in a row.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like the monkey part, that one went from like 7 to 30 instantly.
Oh, but here's a fun part. Their reply on Twitter
Oh, boy.
to the being delisted.
Yeah.
We are sorry, but it seems that the perspective at Sony on some scenes in the game changed drastically, which is why it will likely stay this way until something changes about this again. Unfortunately, this affects the collection with Goodbye Deponia as well. So, a non-apology.
Yeah. Like we are sorry that you're offended by this.
It's more or less the same exact response that CDPR gave to being removed. Like, God, we are so sorry, guys, that Sony feels this way about us, and by extension, all of you, the consumers. And it's like, no, you did something abhorrent. You have to take responsibility for that.
Yep.
Yeah, but like the good news is if anyone wants to get the game on the PlayStation still, if Donald Trump ever gets voted as president again, it might be put back.
All the more reason to make sure we never let that happen again.
Yeah, he might even put it as mandatory reading in schools.
He is the kind of dude who would think children read video games, yeah.
Yeah. Like, when I said that, I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right, but it's Trump, so
That means it's on brand if it doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on. There were goodies about that we may have missed. Well, I know we did. We've got so many empty spaces in our inventory. Hold tight. Ah, there's the platform you were talking about, I think, MC. Give us just a minute and we'll get on over there. It's got a little Tim egg, that's something.
Egg.
Egg.
Nut.
So, unbeknownst to us then, Potato, you and I have both been specializing in bad or mediocre games of late.
Yep.
The games I've been playing are like, technically poor. The games you've been playing are really morally repugnant.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, Deponia is actually quite a good game, and the first and the second game were quite good, and the third game is also quite good, minus the racist and sexist and...
Like, from a technical standpoint, it's well made. I get what you mean.
Yeah. It's fun to play and fun to watch people play.
What's interesting is that I had a discussion not so long ago about VR and what types of game would be interesting to have in them, and I was mentioning that point and clicks should be included in that. would be perfect to be able to have a full experience of the thing. And I don't think it needs to be too crazy on the what type of object you can use on what. It doesn't
No.
need to go that way, but it could be quite interesting to have a VR experience of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's something that has been done with a lot of VR experiences, or like they've been adventure adjacent, like the Batman VR
yeah.
experience, that Star Wars, I want to say like Vader Rising or whatever it was called. Sorry.
Rick and Morty game, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I've just been running around, folks. I was hoping I could find more trophies, but I guess not yet. So that means on to the boss. Let's see what's wrong
You
with...
mean not yet?
Not yet. Yes, let's see what's wrong with our budding ornithologist.
Not.
God damn it.
What?
What?
You interrupted me mid-note.
Phrasing! Oh, we've unlocked new worlds. Look at that. Let's leave everything in this stage behind. Boss time. It's just a beautiful, peaceful day in the Play-Doh jungle. Oh, but her beloved forest was rapidly, industrialized, of course.
Oh, God. So, apparently, the defense attorneys for the cop that held his knee on George Floyd's neck,
Murdered him.
yes, said that I can't breathe. Him saying that was a form of resisting arrest.
What?
Or maybe like a cry for help?
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus
He
Christ.
was resisting.
Yeah, he was resisting
Oh.
life.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ, how stupid are they?
Well, I mean, with the case,
It's a...
all the evidence, yeah, all the evidence they have is open and shut. Like,
That sounds like someone being desperate and trying any excuse.
Yeah, of course.
That it's
Maybe
right,
work.
but you know.
Yeah.
okay.
So Beppo has like 4 toys right now around him. He's lying on his back, and what does he have in his mouth? My Ethernet cable.
Of course.
The new
The one that... No, the one that's already in pieces, so, you know, I don't give a fuck. He can chew it as much as he wants, but... Yeah. I'm now waiting to see if I'm gonna get the new apartment or not. If I do, then I'm not gonna bother with the new Ethernet cable, because I got a new one for my company.
Right.
Like, I think I'm gonna put it, like, over the ceiling or something, because there is no way I can prevent 15 meters of cable not to be chewed by the little poop monster.
There's those plastic like channel thingies.
Oh yeah, I have those. But I bought 9 meters, and that is still not enough, because I have around 15 meters of like uncovered length that I need to cover, so it's like, it's just not worth it. So I can just do maybe half of it on the floor, and then when I run out of this plastic thingy, go on the ceiling.
Okay, there it is. Oh wait, no. I see what we can do. We might be able to blow a gust of wind into its little tail propeller to unstabilize it, or destabilize it, my bad. Maybe? No? Maybe we can do something with the eggs, I don't know. Remember, there's going to be 3 different ways we can damage it. Maybe? Balan statues? Yeah. God, there's 228 Balan statues in the game. That's gonna take a while.
I mean... as long as it took you to get all of those shines. I mean, stars.
There we go.
I mean,
I was about to say, those what?
those nuts.
Not.
Brady does it better. He actually sounds like the soundboard.
Not.
Oh, fuck you too.
Wait, no, we could target it. We could target the bird. Hold on. Again, by the way, great boss design. I love it.
Still waiting for the dance.
Oh, me too. There we are.
Imagine being so unhappy you turn into a furry.
Yeah, like, that's never been more disturbing than with Farmer Ted.
Did do a Sonic OC.
There we go, we can knock the tornadoes back at her. Something I learned by watching, the Snap Cube stream. Apparently that's how we get the last, trophy from Farmer Ted. We are supposed to jump on the tornadoes he sends out to send them back at him.
Wow.
And again, for being pretty easy bosses, they each have a wide variety of, you know, anywhere from 3 to 5 pretty complex attacks and patterns. It's nice. A lot of thought and care went into these. Oh, you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
We really need a video recording of everyone and singing
Yes!
the music characters.
Compilation.
Look at those little nightmare egg monsters dancing about. Oh, this is the same song from Farmer Ted's.
Oh no! Repetitiveness.
Yeah, that's the worst thing
no.
about this.
So that's why it got bad reviews.
No, this...
Also-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. The big hands and feet kind of make sense, you know, for Sonic characters, but
Yeah.
on this humanoid lady, it looks seriously disturbing.
Yeah, they look kind of like Tetsuya Nomura character designs.
Yeah.
It reminds me of NSR.
Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah, but NSR's characters were more stylized to the point
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
actually looked kind of appealing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to fit real human style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real characters there.
This looks like a hybrid between a Pixar movie and that terrible Grubhub ad that went viral a few months
Oh my
ago.
God.
Balan, what are you there for? You didn't do shit.
Chillin'. And winking at you.
You know what I don't get to?
Balan is giving you the power to change the things.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. He's the
Which
true hero.
he will not do himself, of course. No, this game and its aesthetics are based heavily and admirably on the world of, like, classical musical theater. Why in the blue hell are Balan's minigames not rhythm games? Like,
That is actually a good question.
the people singing the Simlish in those little celebration scenes, they're professional West End actors.
That is concerning. Why are they there?
I don't know. But we've got some new worlds. Let's see what awaits us after Kitty Castle. Okay, chess-themed world.
Motherfucker.
Nice. There's our ice world. And a carnival. Excellent. Oh, Scalian, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate you, and hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, there's all the Tims. Hey, Tims. Well, let's crack open our new little soldiers. So there's 3 more worlds we've yet to see, one of which I'm certain is going to be fire-based because of the promo materials featuring the fireman just dancing his ass off in the middle of a really horrendous-looking inferno. Next up, though, it's toy time, I guess? This is going to be a vaguely, like, toy box-themed area. Let's have a look-see. I have a feeling this is where some of the area themes are going to get a little bit more diverse. Several of the ones that have been teased so far look like they diverge from the standard arboreal theme, or variations on the arboreal theme, which I'm really looking forward to. Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow! The girl and the kitten. Well, this just looks downright lovely. So, just based off of the soundtrack and architecture, they're going for like a theme park version of like what people think a French aesthetic would be.
So, I'm playing Victor Vran right now, because that's
Yeah.
one of those games that I haven't beaten yet on the Switch.
How is it?
And it's pretty fun. And also, like, there is this bunch of skeletons that all look like Psy, and they attack by dancing.
Wait, like Psy, as in the
only-
Gangnam Style guy?
Yeah, yes. And they cast some spell on me, and I am dancing with them now. And I cannot attack. Apparently, I'm charmed or something.
Perfect. Oh, we can...
I mean, not the worst thing that I've seen today.
What would be the... Oh, right. I was about to say, you guys finished Deponia today. Never mind.
Yeah.
That costume is disturbing.
Yeah, we're like cosplaying as the Pokemon. I think it's Clank, isn't it? The gears?
Yeah, something like that.
But we're doing it too well. But I did see some webs, so hold on a minute. We going back for that. I do love the visuals of this world, though. This is beautiful. And the soundtrack, again, impeccable.
So, what are your thoughts about the new Pokemon games that are coming out in the next year?
As someone who just got back into the franchise, I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited too, because, yeah, Pearl and Diamond
Yeah.
are the only games that I've skipped.
And Pearl was the last Pokemon game I remember playing it all before Sword, but then the Arceus, like, kind of open-world RPG looks amazing.
It really does. I mean, it's basically Breath of the Wild and Pokemon World, so...
And
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild plus anything is an automatic sell for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
No,
of
no,
course.
no! Ah. I thought the platform began a little further out than it did. Damn it. Damn all y'all. Let's just throw one of our last web wrangler in there. Let's be careful with it now.
More than a theme park, it looks more like a city street.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful though.
Yeah, big deep region.
Okay. Now from here we... What? What is the purpose of being over here then? Oh. Maybe nothing yet? Maybe that's the issue? Oh, I see. There we go. Brilliant. Come, Gear Prince. Onward. Oh, wow. Okay, these interior zones are quite charming. Oh, that looks like a job for Poundin' Pig over there.
God damn it.
He's the only game in town when it comes to the pound.
Oh god, why?
I wonder if Founding Pig is Beyond Good and Evil references at this point.
That's right, Paige had a similar ability, didn't he?
Yeah. But he was using his shoes to propel himself upward.
Mm-hmm, his little rocket boots.
Hmm. Which were kind of essential to the plot.
That's right they are. Look at that. I'm going to just pretend I don't see silhouettes of fidget spinners on the walls everywhere.
Oh my god, why?
Look, that may just be a coincidental aesthetic resemblance. If this were like the Reignited trilogy where they had to make the dancing skeleton floss, I wouldn't be so generous, but... When I saw the flossing skeleton, I immediately felt like 80 years old. It was easily the worst part of the Reignited trilogy for me.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and I remember loving that dance, the skeleton dance, and then I was like, wait a minute. What?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I've seen this somewhere before.
Eh,
The
This
cringe.
looks familiar.
It thrives in me.
Oh, we got some TikTok clock style platforming here. Hopefully this won't make me stop just a hair short of a nervous breakdown this time around. Nah, this isn't bad at all. TikTok clock was a brilliant stage, one of the best in Mario 64, but god almighty was it hard.
Yeah.
This is the best, best song in the game's soundtrack, in my opinion, thus far. Is there really not a Balan statuette up here? Oh, yes,
By the
ma'am?
way, Potato, how did you send the sound of the game into Discord when you were playing on PlayStation 4?
I just created an output projector for the video capture device in OBS, and I just shared that screen
Oh,
to
okay.
Discord, and that seemed to work.
It's funny how it worked for the PlayStation games, but it did not work for the PC
No,
games.
I think it works for OBS.
Ah, okay.
Okay, let's see. Output projector. Not the audio, right?
No, I just needed to create an output projector for the capture card.
Oh, well, I have one of those. And it's not being broadcast to you guys for some reason. I'll look into it between streams.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find a way to get it to work. Famous last words.
Eh,
Okay.
It's okay, I still have Res soundtrack playing in the back of my mind.
nice.
Let me tell you, this
mean-
this is some good stuff too. Really good stuff.
I think I started playing Res back in the beginning of the university, so that's like more than 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I played the game about... I would say I completed the game like 30 or 40 times.
Oh,
by
wow.
then.
Oh, I see
It's a good game.
what we're gonna have to do here. Oh, yes, it definitely is. So, if we just rotate that, yeah. That ought to be close enough. Yes, indeed. Let's avoid the thorns of nebulous origin and make our way over to my favorite part of every stage. Hi, Balan. I bet the villain would let us control him during certain segments. Maybe we should just go work for him instead. Damn it! The timing does get trickier. And oddly enough, the issue here is that you are often given so much advance warning that a prompt is coming, you're never entirely sure when exactly to lock it in. Some of these I'm having to cook the input for like nigh on 3 full seconds, which for a rhythm or I guess a timing-based minigame is quite a long time.
Imagine doing that in Tentacle.
Oh, wow, yeah, that'd be awful. These sequences also feel way, way, way too long for like 4 or 5 button presses.
Yeah,
They
that's
need
the
to be
problem with...
epic.
That's why I don't like QTEs. They're fine when used sparingly.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, even Super Seducer 3 understand how QTE works. For a game of that type, it's surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you try to design a QTE, you want to keep it as short as possible, because it's not interesting to press buttons to continue the video.
No, that's
But
something
you
I
also
would have
want
thought. Go ahead.
You also want to make the button press right at the impact moment of the action.
Yeah, you want to
rather
map
than
it properly.
right before. Yeah. That's why it also feels kind of off for Balan, because you have to wait a long time for the action to build up, and then you press just to trigger the sequence rather than having the sequence accompany the press.
You're right, absolutely. And it's so strange, again, like, I'm just thinking with the game style and themes and presentation, you think they would have made those rhythm mini-games instead of very simple QTEs based entirely around timing. If you want a series that does, QTEs reliably well, like, consistently very well, I would direct you to, honestly, the Yakuza series. They implement them generally really, really well. And their QTEs, when they're absolutely critical to seeing the cool move or building the spectacle, tend to be fairly forgiving.
Right. Yeah.
And consistent.
One game that really failed at QTE, in my opinion, is End of Fate.
Oh, yeah.
Tried, but it doesn't quite work. And then all of a sudden it works, and the final boss is easy.
Absurdly easy, yeah. Come on, give us... No. Well, that's the right idea. We've just gotta inch a little closer. Oh, or does it only head out, yeah, once we make contact with it?
One game I really like on the QTE side is probably Tomb Raider Legend.
Mm-hmm.
It really made interesting sequences out of them.
I've not seen any of its QTE sequences, but I imagine they are pretty good. Let's see. Hold on.
They are not the most original, but they respect the rules of QTEs pretty well, so...
Nice, nice. Now I think we missed a landing further on down the tower. Let's go check that out. because I'm so efficient when it comes to playing platformers. You got no... Well, platformers. Wait, what? Sorry, did it just drop us down into the same exact area? Or no, it didn't. That was a different door, my bad. I do love all the different forms the enemies take on, though. Mechanically, they're not too distinct from one another. Well, I mean, they've got different individual attacks, I guess, but like here we've got little gramophones and ballerinas. That's so charming.
Yep, and you are murdering them all.
Of course.
Yeah, how dare you?
Despite the fact that, again, you're kind of right, MC. They seem to have more endearing aesthetics, and they also seem to emote more than the ostensibly good denizens of these worlds.
It doesn't sound like a villain in the same sense that it would rather be a...
Like just hazardous wildlife or something.
No, I would think it's more like someone who creates a challenge for you rather than a true villain.
Mm-hmm. An antagonist in the more mechanical sense of the term. Yeah. Now let's...
Yeah, or if you take one anime that I watched recently, it was a character from the last Dungeon Boonies would fare in the starter town.
Mm-hmm.
The main villain of that anime is basically trying to make the world interesting for his little brother. He doesn't care about being evil, it just does it for being nice.
Kind of reminds me of the plot to Final Fantasy. I think it was Tactics Advance. Like, where one of the main villains is a very shy, introverted little boy who gains great power and basically just wants to use it to have fun, totally heedless of the morality of what he's doing.
Mm.
And he wants to, like, make a world where he can be all-powerful, and it's a oddly personal story, because, like, one of the first things he does with this godlike power is, like, repair the life of his ailing alcoholic father and bring his deceased mother back to life. It's charming and also really sinister. It's a great game, by the way. Yeah. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I know Tactics gets all of the love, and it deserves it, but the Game Boy Advance installment of the series was brilliant as well.
Reminds me of a few animes as well. It's quite a popular concept.
Yes. Okay, let's take these things out again.
There is a game story idea that I kind of work on the side.
Mm-hmm.
The idea would be to play as the main villain of the game, but sort of not in control of your own power. Like, you would have the most destructive power in the world, but completely unable to control them. And cause destruction around you. And the part of the game would be to actually find a way to lose that power or to seal it or something like that.
Okay.
So, having to manage to do the absolute contrary and have to fight off heroes even if you don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's a concept I really like. Not exactly similar, but a game that started with a similar conceit was Obsidian Entertainment's Tyranny. I think I've talked about that on stream before, yeah? Absolutely brilliant little game. Where you start off as one of the enforcers of this godlike antagonist, the Overlord Kyros, who has already won the day. Like, they control virtually the entire world. And you've got to put down the last little pocket of resistance with the assistance of his two squabbling armies. Or, sorry, their two squabbling armies, because Kyros' gender is never specified. And you can do so. You can, like, play through the game siding with any of the major villainous factions, and you're kind of intended to. Or, if you do make a series of relatively difficult decisions, you can kind of forswear your power and assist the rebels, which is, at least in my mind, the most rewarding. But it's a really cool concept for a game. What if you were pretty unabashedly playing as the bad guy? Not like anti-hero, not someone with moral complexity, but you are the villain of the story, at least as it sets out. I love that.
I wonder if any games that has already created the concept of being the main villain but having amnesia about it. Like
Oh yeah, no.
becoming the hero because you forgot what you were.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
Yep, it does that, and it does it really, really, really well.
That's good to know.
I think I will be going to bed now.
Alright, Potato, thank you
Yeah,
so much for
me
joining
too.
us, man. And kudos for, like, just hanging in there through Deponia. You've really done work that I think nobody else in the network would care to, so all the credit in the
this
world
is,
to you.
like, nothing compared to you playing Immortal Unchained.
Yeah.
Like, I had to sacrifice only 2 streams for it. And most of it wasn't that bad, but Immortal Unchained was just... wow.
You think it was worse? You think it was worse?
Not in the same way, but
Right.
yes. Anyways, good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night. Stream.
Thank you very much. Okay, we've got to get to that Balan statue back there. Again, credit to the devs for, like, placing the statues in locations that require just a little bit of thought to get to. I do like that.
And congrats to the dev for making the more complicated section of the area 2D instead of 3D.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Is the only thing we're missing there a handful of gems? How do we get back there, though? Is there another portal elsewhere? No. From over there! I see. We'll need something just a little bit more acrobatic than what we've already got, then. And I've got just the suit in mind. Gear prints look so awkward, I kinda love it.
Imagine wearing that suit just a bit weird at the center.
Ugh.
You would just collide with everything.
Looks like the mascot for, like, a third string, like, very regional electronic store chain.
Yeah, I can see that. Or trying to make an attraction in a theme park
Yeah!
based around steampunk or post-Victorian era.
Ooh, a steampunk theme park. That actually sounds like a great idea. I think that was something that Disney World was toying with back in the, I want to say, the 80s, before they hit significant financial hardships in the 90s, was like creating this massive land in one of their amusement parks based on the works of Jules Verne that would have incorporated a lot of steampunk elements.
I remember I was watching a specific YouTube channel that focuses on all the different theme parks. and
Defunct
that kind of
Land?
stuff. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good!
it is. It really is.
Lady Underjoyed says, I love this idea. Oh, a steampunk theme park? Yeah, me too.
I think the best version of the Jules Verne attraction was in France.
Yeah.
The most realistic thing, or the most functional thing, because the audience over there was, well, it's the French. They are
Right.
angry.
Now, if I recall the episode correctly, though, the Jules Verne-inspired attractions in the unfortunately named Euro Disneyland were collectively the most positively received parts of the park, right?
Yeah, because they really kept to the style and the idea rather than trying to take a modern take on it. I think
Lady Underwood says, I'm
they really
imagining
tried.
old-style wooden coasters, too. Oh, yeah, that'd be so much fun. And if it was steampunk or Victorian-themed, you could excuse, like, really lax safety regs and frequent deaths a la Action Park as just part of the theming.
Well, actually, that's also in Euro Disneyland. You have that type of coaster there. At least when I went there a long time ago.
Oh, check this out. We've got a mirror with different potential outputs. I see. Well, we know what we're going to need to do here. This is a job for Poundin' Pig. Why do they want us to go back to Pounding Pig so frequently? Lady Android says, those were obviously paid actors. Right. There are no fatalities at Action Park. Never have been.
I would say Pounding Pig is unfortunately the best moveset character, like in the interactivity with the world.
Yeah, unfortunately so. It doesn't have a lot of competition, but...
Well, the lantern guy is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. And for what it's worth, I really liked, the, electrical, current navigating jellyfish. And obviously, it's not the most interesting concept in the world, but I'm a huge fan of the hover sheep, just because I love a good hover in my platformers.
I would really like the rabbit if it was useful and
Yeah.
not creepy.
Right, one or the
A
other.
lot of potential. It has a lot of potential, but it fails at both.
I mean, it basically just gives you Yoshi's hover jump, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but it would be interesting if that's the kind of costume you could go for, which would give you speed.
Yeah.
And have to basically speed run the levels. It could be an interesting concept if they wanted to go that route.
So these plants apparently just gobble up our Tims, and I am perfectly fine with that. Okay. It's not worth it just for a gem. I would say, well, what do you think, MC? This is probably the most visually distinct world we've explored yet.
It's completely different from the rest. The rest kind of look like similar, if not the same, but this is unique compared to the rest. Yeah.
Yeah, really nice, too. Okay, we probably want this, so we can, bound our way on over.
Kind of reminds me a bit of the Worm game, in the sense that you have all these objects that kind of barely that fits the theme but are disconnected from the world.
Right. It's just like a lot of very generally surreal imagery. Now we can go get our statuette.
I'm thinking back at Euro Disneyland was back when I was 7 or 8 years old at the time, and I went to school. It was really nice to, not do the boring
Right.
sort of visiting museum with school, but just going there, actually finding a a thing I wanted to purchase just for the lols, and then convincing everyone that it was the best thing by showing them what you could do with it. And everyone went on a craze.
What was it?
It's kind of a Mickey Mouse statuette on a stone, like from Fantasia.
Oh,
And it
nice.
has small lamps that rotates and light up
That sounds
when you
lovely.
press the button. It's, it's nothing special, but it's nice. But the real trick is that Mickey Mouse has both his fingers lifted up into the sky, and you can put the lamp on top of it, and if you spin it, the lamp goes faster, and it's kind of a surreal experience at that point.
Nice. So, hold on, we're missing a statuette somewhere around here, and I hope it's not just tied to a second terrible Balan minigame. Wait, maybe down there. Maybe down there. Looks like there's a gap in the wall right over here. No, maybe not, but I think I've got the right idea. Hold tight, we got this. I don't get the purpose of the NPCs, the dead-eyed NPCs just dancing everywhere, but I'm fine with it.
It makes the world feel alive, maybe.
It's alive on the outside, but dead on the inside. Although,
Like every review of this game.
yeah, gee, I think my official stance is going to be a lot of the criticisms of Balan are valid, but the extent to which the game's scores suffered for them really is quite difficult to justify.
I disagree with one type of critics mainly, and it's the idea that you cannot jump and thus it is wrong.
Right.
That's completely unfair. And a lot of these sorts of critics also have the idea that everyone who says something positive about this game or who said they like the game are paid bots that just are
Right.
just bots and you shouldn't listen to them. So I mean that's kind of the Metacritic experience.
Yeah, no, like, weren't lots of people accusing Balan Wonderworld or its fans of, like, review botting the game, or review bombing it, I should say, because it received so many rather positive fan evaluations?
I mean, I know some people evaluated the game to a much higher level than they thought it would be, but only because there were so many negative critics that
Yeah.
were unjustified. So yeah, they did kind of play on that, but I mean, if you were rating it at a 7 and you put a 9 on it, it's fine.
Right, and I mean, for me, the game probably is ultimately going to end up somewhere. I'd say if I were rating this, maybe like 8. Like with most of those points being awarded for competence in overall mechanical design, but then like some pretty, relative to a lot of what we see today, mind, for the climate it was produced in, some really exceptional style.
I
And
like the idea of the small stories that it tries to convey.
yeah, definitely.
It's not trying to be it's not trying to tell the player what they should do or how they should behave. It's just trying to be constructive about issues that you can
Yeah.
encounter in real life.
And it feels almost like we're playing through a season of a Saturday morning cartoon. I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where that last statue is, I haven't the foggiest idea. Wait, no, maybe we need a different outfit, because I'm pretty sure the clock tower reached a bit higher than the level that we emerged from. There will be lots of backtracking in the later streams, friends, so bring your questions, bring your topics for discussion, because I'm just going to be going through all of this again, even more fastidiously. Yikes. Now, admittedly, if I were to criticize something, it would be the Thames. Like, I just don't understand why they're here. I think... MC, was it you or Spanners who said it's basically like a really lackluster Chow Garden?
We said it both, I think. But
Yeah, it is.
everyone knows it is. I think even Yuji Nakamura knows it's one of them.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make something that was similar to it, and I mean, there are things that a game developer wants to do or loves to see again.
Mm-hmm.
Put it that way. So that's why it's there. It's not bad. It's just a thing that works on its own mostly.
Yeah. And in this case, like, it's inoffensive. The game doesn't suffer for them being here.
Definitely, it's not obnoxious. It doesn't force you to do anything to progress.
Right.
If you had to do that, if we have to fight the final boss after doing a lot of that, then I would be complaining against it. But otherwise, it's
It looks
a
like
nice distraction.
it looks like we're going to get our rabbit costume here. Finally. Yeah, no, I hate to be this guy because I think all opinions and perspectives on a subjective experience are perfectly valid, but it did feel like, based on my reading, as you said, MC, a lot of reviewers, not just as a platformer, or rather, something adjacent to a platformer, a lot of reviewers just didn't entirely get the game. Like, okay, a lot of these suits are highly situational. Do we honestly need all 80 plus of them? No, not really. It's a really cute concept, though, and I don't think the game suffers for each of the suits having a singular purpose or ability. Not considerably, anyway. Like a lot of the reviews... Oh, go ahead.
Kind of reminds me of Chrono Cross, to be honest.
Yeah!
All the side characters, and it got a lot of hate back in the days because it was not a sequel to Chrono Trigger.
Right, it was
So
a very indirect sequel. Very indirect.
I mean, it is a sequel, and
Mm-hmm.
it does fit that sequence, but it doesn't work the same way as a game.
No, not even close.
It's the same story though, and it's connect both. That's what makes it interesting as a sequel.
Yeah, and this... I think this is an opinion that's become more common over time, but I actually really like Chrono Cross.
It's an amazing game.
And while, yes, a lot of them don't have very fleshed out personalities, like some of them, but a lot of the side characters, at least as, like, companions in gameplay, are amazing.
Some of them are really, really bad, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody outside of the first hour has continued to use Poshul willingly, but...
Except for the memes.
But yeah, this, a lot of the criticism I read effectively just criticized the game. The only way I could read it was for being the first stab at this particular type of game that the devs had taken. Like, it didn't feel refined. Well, no, it's the first installment in, hopefully, a franchise. I think...
Yeah, that's why I see it as a critic for people who play Mario Odyssey. It feels like a prototype to Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
If you look at it in a certain way, at least.
Let's see, there we go. Haha. But wait, we can't jump quite high enough to reach this, can we? Of course we can. We're going to need to come back with another suit. The rabbit, probably.
rabbit.
Indeed, indeed. Which should be not too far from here. Like right there, for instance. Oh, good. That means we get to toss Pounding Pig again. Well, wait. Can he pound his way through this? Probably not. Nope. Goodbye.
What was your favorite section of Chrono Cross? What you played?
Oh, this is Chrono Bunny. How fitting. I want to say, well, my favorite thing in the entire game was Starkey, and like the little mini boss you have to go through to recruit him. But probably either the incredible visuals in like the Dimensional Void you get thrown into after taking control of Lynx, or I would say the section that directly ties the plot into Chrono Trigger, but that dungeon felt dragged just a little. Maybe the hunt for the dragons. The hunt for the dragons.
Oh yeah, that section was fun.
Now let's see. Chrono Bunny, can you... You were a terrible rabbit. Alright, hey, it was worth a try.
For me, for Chrono Cross, the favorite was obviously in the sea, because, I mean, it's just perfectly made for what it wants to convey.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as you said, the Dino City that emerges from the ocean, like, it explains so many things about the game, and yet it's almost impossible to get if you don't understand the idea of parallel universes.
Yep. And you're right, it was a surprisingly complex approach to telling like a basic narrative for a video game at the time.
I mean, that plot is convoluted as hell.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
It doesn't have any flaws as far as I've seen. It works as it wants to, but it's not. You won't get it unless you really put time into studying it.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Yeah, without deactivating the time portal, we have to... Well, no, but that was an idea. 'Twas an idea I just had. Okay. But there's not a way to freeze time independently, yeah? Oh, wait, no. As long as we are in control of the hair, time remains in the state it was when we last wore the costume. Brilliant. That's, not gonna lie, actually really cool.
That's actually I can actually see that from another game I played.
Yeah?
Sort of a workshop game. What was it? No,
I have a feeling we're not going to get many statuettes in this stage, our first run through, but that is a-okay. We're learning, quote unquote. Oh, look at this. The colors and specifically the lighting in this world are really well done, I think. What's back here? Oh. I see. Something we probably need the teleport for?
I'm trying to find the game that I'm thinking of. I have a huge list of games.
Oh, same here. Too many, really. If such a thing exists.
can only have too many games if you have games that you have never played on your library.
Well, I saved so many for the stream, I actually do anymore. Yikes. Anything? Oh no, that's just... Okay. So... Let's see what we can do here. They really want us to have the pumpkin. Oh, I can see why. Okay, little rabbit, hold on. So I've noticed, relative to a lot of the others, this world's costumes have not given us a lot of really good traversal options.
I mean, they're alright.
Yeah, no, I think visually they're all really cool. Relative to a lot of what we've seen. The pumpkin in particular I adore, because pumpkin. Oh! It ate the P-gems to transform itself. I see.
Have you ever played the game called Inverbis Virtus?
I don't think I have, no.
So it's kind of a first-person adventure game,
Mm-hmm.
exploration and all that. And the trick is, you can discover spells to cast, but to cast them you have to speak them.
Oh.
You have to say them as a player.
Like into a microphone that's synced up, or?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And the thing is, sometimes you end up in combat, and so you have to actually cast your spells while moving around to fight the opponent.
Oh, that sounds interesting. And I assume, as your grimoire expands, you have to recall the names and pronunciation of ever more complex spells.
You can open the menu and read them again if
Okay.
whenever you need to, but yes, you do have to have a good memory of the kind of spell you want to cast.
Well, it's mini-boss time, as we have only one statue. Yikes. Oh, it's this thing again, with a different moveset, maybe? Or, no. Oh, this is gonna be a cakewalk. Just hit him with a little bit of this Rayman action. Okay. Now there's still plenty more to explore here, like that Chrono Gate down on the ground floor. I'm just seeing what all else was up here, which is apparently not much, save the exit. Oh, there's a second rabbit suit, though. Nice, we'll need it. This looks roughly like what I would have imagined the, I think, Jumping Flash or Jumpin' Jack costume to look like, were it not just a little too eerie.
Yeah. It still look a little creepy, but...
Here, though, I think that's less due to the design itself and more to just the proportions. They look a little off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Cat Mario or anything. Which was legitimately about as unsettling as anything we've seen in some time. Okay, there we go.
Imagine finding a Cat Mario costume in this game.
Ugh, just give them time. Oh, good. Oh, good, look what our reward is. Hi, Balan.
It's Valentine.
Now, I did see in the menu, in the same tab as the special costumes, like, you know, those, we use to play the minigames. Balan is, or at least in silhouette, available, so I feel like maybe for the final boss we'll get to play as him.
hopefully.
There we go.
And hopefully it won't be longer QT.
Yeah, I would hope not.
No, I don't think they will fail the final boss.
Yeah, no,
I
I
have enough. I have enough faith on the game to not completely touch that.
oh yeah. And its boss battles on the whole have been the highlights of the game so far. Like across the board, they've been pretty great.
What I would
Good,
really like
really.
is-
It's always that last one that gets me, because, as I'm sure you've seen, we talked about it before, but it's with the finale especially, there's such a delay between, like, when the prompt appears and when you're supposed to press the button.
Hmm.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was saying one thing that would be interesting for the final boss is to have Balan help the player while you fight, having a mix of sequences.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, I think. No way to get back across easily, so we have to go through. Right? And then... Oh, I guess it just throws us through at certain points. Okay. Well... I know we've only got one statuette, but since the stream's getting a little long in the tooth, I'm going to go ahead and run through so we can see what our boss is, then we can come run back through later on. Oh, no. Oh, wait. This is a costume we've never seen before. Oh! Oh, the air cat. Perfect. So we could just, like, walk across the air then. I missed that one entirely. That's on me. Sorry, folks. Look at this. Very, very nice. And it's got a nice high jump, too. Here's our traversal option, kids. Wow. Okay, now we can access that area down here. Never mind, silly me. Oh, whoa, whoa. Depth perception, A. Okay, so we wanna... There we go. This will allow us to bring the rabbit back. Maybe grab a statue while we're at it? No, looks like we're going to have to destroy the iron block somehow to access a lot of this stage's goodies. What else did we need the rabbit for? Right, the little door around the side here. Just a Tim egg, though. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost threw ourselves off the side there, not good. Well, yeah, looks like as much as I hate leaving stones unturned, we're going to have to just head on to the boss. Damn it all.
You can come back to this stage. At
Oh,
another
yeah.
point.
As with all of them, they really want you to get replay value out of these stages, which is admirable, I think, and they don't do it in a terrible way.
What I find really amazing is that you play Res alongside of this game, and they share a lot of ideas.
They
I wanna
do.
say.
They really do. Oh, it's one of these. Father. Okay. Sorry, what were you saying? I also notice a lot of design similarities here.
Yeah, no, that's kind of it. I mean, I don't know why, but both games want you to replay through them. And they are not trying to be mean about it.
No.
Like some other. I know that there are games where you have to go back and it's kind of obnoxious because it was thought that one thing in the level that you couldn't do that you have to go
Yep.
back to because now you have the thing.
It's always that
It's kind
one
of a-
box in Crash Bandicoot, right?
Yeah.
That one box in every stage.
Yeah, it's kind of a collectathon thing.
Now wait, what is that? Oh god. Leap of faith. What? Well, what the hell was the point of that? Well, that was strange, yeah?
That was weird.
I'm guessing we'll need yet another costume to make use of those, effectively. Maybe there's one that can see, like, hidden paths somewhere. Well, thank God we got a second air cat. Okay, folks, we're going to tackle our boss here, and then call it a stream. But we're making lots of progress in Balan Wonderworld.
I've seen a couple of issues with this game's teleportation mechanics.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, there are various points you teleported from one room to the other side, or like the game wrong routes every now and again.
That's right, that's right. And there's a couple times where I think it just spawned us... I mean, in safe areas, but areas that were not even remotely conveyed... remotely near the area depicted on the portrait, or on the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we've just got the one statuette, but that is fine. We will gain oodles more as we wrap everything up, probably in some earlier stages tomorrow. I think we've reached a point where we can do most of the material in the early stages with the suits we have. There was a lot of stuff that needed the gear prints, there was a lot of stuff that needed, now that I see it, I think Aircat and, oh, that little band leader. But now that we've got them, I think we can do more or less everything. Okay, so I'm thinking giant demon kitten.
Hopefully not a girl in a cat suit.
Here's hoping not. So far, all of the bosses have been kind of animalistic in their design.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh! So it's either going to be her cat that she lost, or it's going to be the car that ran it over. One or the other. Maybe both? Fused? I've noticed a lot of bosses have been doing that, like fusing the character's passion with their fear.
Oh, the traffic light.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting design. Okay, so they want us to use the pumpkin. Gotcha. And they want us to use the chrono hair. Alright, so in place of gear prints, then, that's an easy one.
I wonder if you are actually fighting the character or if you are fighting their nightmares.
Well, in Knights, it was definitely their nightmares. Okay, so that's one. Okay, now we just need to... Yep. Leap on her from the highest platform. Or not, never mind. But we know what to do, so that'll be easy. Okay. We'll just wait. Oh, see, it can also use the Air Cat's ability. I mean, I guess that counts. That's 2. Okay, now let's see if we can't use Chrono Rabbit properly. Look at the animation on our player character running around while also trying to keep his eyes locked onto the boss. That's adorable.
It's up to me.
There we go. We just had to jump straight into the clock face. Got it.
Characters that basically try to match your gaze is definitely something that should be done in any game nowadays.
Right. And time to dance. This never gets old.
Imagine if you could dance with a creepy costume.
Oh, yeah. Whatever costume you were wearing as you finished the boss off, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Dancing as pounding pig.
Oh. Seriously, why are Balan's minigames not rhythm-based if you did all this?
Why can't we have nice things?
So the one costume we haven't found here is like the fancy little dilettante ducks. I would assume it's hidden probably somewhere in the second stage. I'm sorry, are we actually turning the clock back and bringing her cat back to life?
I mean, don't you do that in real life too?
Well, no. What blows me away about this is every other time someone's life was ruined, like, say, the farmer in the first chapter, Balan's message is usually something like, well, hey, it's not all bad. There's still hope and, like, you know, grounds for optimism in your life. Here, oh, we did miss something. I guess we missed an opportunity to just strike the boss outright without weakening it. But here, no, we're just straight up magic. Okay.
I wonder if it's that, or if the cat never actually died.
Yeah.
Like, she was afraid of it. And then looking back at the event, she realized that it didn't die.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good interpretation. I'm very excited to see what this is going to be. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do us for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, for our festivities, I was joined by our good friend and longtime moderator, MC2M, from Ferris Moon Studios, right?
Yep.
Whose projects you can find. Hold on. It's a .com, right? FerrisMoonStudios.com.
FerrisMoonStudios.com.
Right here. I think that should all be right. There we go. Please.
Small scale studio.
That is correct, right?
Nope.
Sorry.
It's alright. I'm just...
There, yeah, just ferrismoon.com. There we go. Please check his projects, he and his team's projects out there. Get in touch with them. They're a lovely group of people. Also joined by Seth the Overwitch and Comrade Potato. So grateful to all of you for joining me tonight, and hope we'll get to see you again either tomorrow or the next day for some of the bonus content in Res, and then more Balan Wonderworld, which I think, like MC collectively, listening to you, myself, Potato, Seth, it's oddly enough slowly growing on all of us. Like,
yeah, I think so.
After the first stream, I was not super hopeful about this game, but it's getting better with every session.
the first stage was weird, but it really tries to implement its story better and better.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think it succeeds on some level.
Yes, sir. All right, so until next time, everyone, thank you so much for your time. Hope to see you again sometime soon. And until then, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.